Hello, and welcome back to Zenin Fanfics. Today we're starting an exciting new series. What if Deku was hit by gender switch Quirk? If you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe for more content. The story we're featuring is written by Corina Camaleelpa 8 on Wattpad. You can find all the relevant links in the description, so be sure to check out the author's profile and say hello. Now let's dive into the story. Night 6 p.m. Deku was on the way at the city. He's going back to the UA dorm. As he passed by in front of the convenience store, he saw a man holding the hand and forcing the child to go with him. "Hey, let him go," Deku says, and holds the kid's hand. "Are you all right?" Deku asked, but wait, that wasn't a kid. It's a toy with a voice box on it. The man smirks on him, touches his back, and steals his bag. The man ran away holding it. Deku felt a little pain behind his back, but he was still chasing that man. He ended up in a dark alley and could not find the man. As he walked inside the alley, he gets dizzy and loses consciousness. At the next day, oh my God, is that a dead body? No, she's still breathing. Call 911 now, hurry. Deku woke up and saw people around him. "Step aside, I'll take her to the hospital." Deku heard the familiar voice. He saw who it is. "Are you all right, kid?" Hawks asked him. Deku nodded. "My head hurts," he responds. Hawk saw his clothes. He's wearing the UA sports uniform. He felt awkward when he saw Deku's big bub revealing on his clothes. He quickly removed his jacket and covered it to Izuku. "I will take you back to UA, please." "Don't remove it," Hawk said, and carrying Deku back to UA. At UA, this can't be happening. What happened to me? How did I turn like this? Deku panicking and screaming in front of all the professors in UA. "Midoriya, kid, please calm down," All Might said. Deku calmed and sat on the couch. He starts to cry. They're inside the faculty and lock the door to make sure no one can hear about their conversation. "We will find that person to help you get back to normal, midoriya. We already told the police and other pro heroes about this, and cooperate with us in the investigation," Nizu said to make Izuku calm. "What should I do now? I feel like the whole world will laugh at me." Deku cried. "Don't feel down, midoriya. We will find a solution for you, okay?" Midnight says that makes Deku to stop crying. "How long? I can't stay like this forever," Deku asked. "We're not sure, but we will do our best for you, okay?" Midnight responds, smiling. "But you're cute on that female form, kid." All Might chuckled. "And Jichichate, you're not helping All Might." Loudly crying face, Deku cried again. "All right, we should stop this conversation now and go back to our class," Nizu said. "Midoriya, you can stay here if you're not ready to face the whole class," Aizawa says. "I'll stay here for now, sensei." "Midoriya," responded Aizawa, pat her head, and left the faculty with the other professors. Midoriya sobs on the couch and didn't realize she was fast asleep. Later at the class, did anyone saw Midoriya? Iida asked at the whole class. "No, we didn't already check his bedroom and the whole dorm, but there's no signs of him," Jiru responds. "I called his mother. Inko says Deku is not there. She knows that Deku has already arrived here in our dorm," Uraraka says. "Now I'm worried. Where is he?" Kirishima says. Bakugo took a glance on Deku's table. "Where's that nerd? He's not coming back yet since last night. Where he could be?" he asked himself. Aizawa arrives at the classroom and greet them. Iida raise his hand and stand up. "Sensei, Midoriya was not coming back yet since last night. I think he is missing," he said. Aizawa nodded. "Get your books and look for page 61. Let's start on dash, but sensei, about Midoriya. We should find him." Mina cut. Aizawa starts to write the lesson at the board and face the whole class. "You don't need to find them. He's in a safe place." "Sensei, what do you mean safe place?" Kaminari asked. "Something bad happened to him last night, and he was under investigation right now, so I'll let him not attend to any class for now," Aizawa responds. "What happened to him, sir? Where is he?" "Yeah, we're worried about him," the class asked, worried. "Stop asking these questions." Aizawa activates his quirk, and the whole class closes their mouth. "Good, pay attention to our lesson now," Aizawa says, and continued writing at the board. The whole class was worrying and curious of what happened to Izuku now. The pro heroes found evidence on the CCTV footage from the convenience store. They found that man and arrested him for what he did. He was interviewed by the pro heroes. "Your quirk is a gender SWCH, right?" Nizu asked. Yes, so what? The man responds, smirking at him. You tricked one of my students from UA, stole her bag, and used your quirk against him to escape. You remember that, right? Aizawa asked, glaring. Fine. Yes, I remembered, so what? Just let me out here. The man yelled. Can you use your quirk to turn him back to normal? Nizu asked. No, I can't once my quirk touches a human and changes his form. It will be permanent. I don't know how to turn him back now. The man explained. What? Are you sure about this? Nizu asked. Yes, it's true. Please just let me out of here. The man begs on them. The pro heroes are worried and afraid of what will Midoriya's reaction if he knew about this. They decided to go back at UA and tell Midoriya the news. We're sorry, Midoriya. We tried our best to know the solution. Booth said it was permanent. Nizu explained permanent. And no, it can't, but maybe there's any other way to turn myself back to normal. Midoriya panicked and cried again. Midoriya, you should calm down. All Might said. Calm down. How can I calm down, All Might? He said it was permanent. I'm stuck. I'm stuck in this gender forever. Midoriya cried. We don't have any choice and solution. Now you have to deal with it, Midoriya. Aizawa says, you'll get used to it. I will help you, Midnight added. Then what should I do now? Midoriya asked. From now on, you will be officially known as a female student here in UA. But first we need to tell this to your mother. Nizu says. Midoriya nodded, agreeing. Because she don't have any choice anymore, I will make a new hero costume for you. I will tell Hatsum to help me with it, Midnight says, smiling. Thank you, Miss Midnighto, all of you, Deku says, and bowed to all pro heroes in front of her. But her face is full of sadness and regretting of what she did that night. At home, Izuku, Inko cried and hugged Midoriya. Your teachers told me everything. I'm so worried. I'm sorry, I made you worried, Mom. Izuku says, you don't need to apologize. You know, I had dreamed of having a daughter too. Izuku, I love you, and I accepted you no matter who. And what you are now, more importantly to me now, is you're still my Izuku. Inko says, and embrace her. Izuku gets comfortable and happy for her mom because she made her dream come true. Izuku let go of her hug and smiled. We need to leave now, Mrs. Midoriya. All Might asked. Okay, please take care of my son. I mean my daughter now. Inko says. All Might nodded. I will buy some stuff and clothes for you, Izuku, so you can get used to it. Inko added while smiling. Thanks, Mom. Midoriya responded and left the apartment with All Might. As they get in the car, Midoriya becomes sad and emotional. Later they arrive in front of the UA dorms. Are you ready to face them now? All Might asked to Midoriya. Midoriya turned to face All Might emotionless. I guess so, I have no choice anymore. She responds and turned his head down. Aizawa pat her head and started to walk with them. Night at dormitory was dancing along with Nijire and Mirio. The Class 1A was having fun while watching them, the girls taking pictures of them while the boys are laughing at Mirio's funny moves. Well, except Bakugo, Todoroki, and Tokoyami. Bakugo is still thinking of midoriya since this morning. Okay, who wants to watch a movie with me? Mina asked to everyone. I am in. They respond, all right, who wants some popcorn? Shiro added. They all raised their hand. The door opened. All Might and Aizawa enters. Midoriya was behind at their back of Aizawa, so no one could see her. Their heads turned and noticed it. Oh hey, Mr. All Might and Aizawa-sensei. Nijire greeted. Hello, everyone, what is going on here? All Might, we're just having fun with our little princess, Mirio said, and shows Eri wearing princess dress. That looks good and pretty on you, Eri. Aizawa says, thank you. Eri says and smiles cheerfully. Kaminari noticed someone behind their back. Senseiho's that person behind you? Kaminari questioned and pointing behind All Might and Aizawa. Everyone turned their faces to see who's in there. Aizawa nodded and looked at them. I told you all about what happened to Midoriya, right? I'd like you all to respect her on what and who she's right now. If I found out that you all bullied her, I wouldn't hesitate to give you all the punishment, understood? Is that clear? Aizawa says. They all shiver and respond. Why, yes, Sensei. I will be responsible to report everything. Sensei Iida promised me to. Sensei Yamamo says, all right, you can come out now, Midoriya. Aizawa says. Midoriya comes out from behind them and faced them. They were all shocked and surprised on Midoriya. She had a perfect shape of a body of a girl because of her big chest and the perfect shape of hips. She had a long hair, pretty eyelashes, but her height is still the same. What the Kaminari shocks. OMG, she's more pretty than us, Mina, says Deku-kun. Uraraka asked, is that Mr. Deku? Eri asked, whoa, Jiraiya surprised. That's big. Mineta says received a slap from midoriya. You look so pretty, Hagakure says. The others could not tell anything, but their jaw drops. Midoriya, do you want to take rest for now? All Might asked. Midoriya nodded emotionless. And went to her room, sensei. How did she turn like that? Kaminari asked. She was hit by a gender SWCH quirk. She was tricked by a snatcher last night. Aizawa explained how long she will stay like this. Yamamoto asked. Unfortunate, the suspect said it will be permanent. All Might answered. Everyone was shocked and sad for Midoriya. Please, treat her equally. And with respect, she's in a different gender now. But she's still Arazuku, All Might told them. We will, Sensei, Iida respond. We're going to leave now. Please take care of her, All Might says. They all nodded. Mirio, Nijire, go back to your dorms now. I'll take Eri home now, Aizawa says. Goodbye, everyone. Eri waves her hand at them. They say goodbye to them and left the door in the class one. A look on each other. Iida stand in front of them. All right, you all heard what they said to us. Don't bully the new midoriya, Iida warned. We know that, Iida. Mina says Bakugo was still shocked. Now how can he surpass midoriya? She's a girl now. The boys felt weird and different towards midoriya. Well, she's strong and kind when she's a boy. What will happen now if she's a girl next day? The class one, except midoriya, was preparing themselves for school today. Yamamoto and Uraraka cooked breakfast for everyone. Breakfast is ready. Everyone pick your food here now, Uraraka called. Everyone falls in line and get their food. Where's midoriya? Yamamoto asked, noticing the only one who wasn't there again. Bakugo eavesdropped to their conversation. She's not waking up yet. Iida responds worried. Do you guys want me to call her? Uraraka asked. We should give her space for now. Tokoyami suggests, but she didn't eat anything since last night. We should wake her up and feed her. Yamamoto says, guys, there's no need. Uraraka said, and pointing on the couch, they turn their heads, and look who she's pointing at. Midoriya was seating on the couch, now emotionless again, and sobs on her knees. They all saw it. Yamamoto walks and sits next to Midoriya. Everything will be fine, Midoriya don't cry. Yamamoto comforts to her. Now the others are standing in front, and around them now. Midoriya, do you want us to get food for you? Kaminari asked. Please, just leave me alone. Midoriya says she's still crying. They notice that her voice changed. Just leave her alone now. I'll take care of it, Bakugo said. That made all of them shocked. Is that really you, Bakugo? Kaminari asked. Shut up. Just let me handle this. Bakugo yelled. They shivered and went back to their tables to continue their breakfast. Here, eat this, Bakugo said and gave the plate of pancakes to Midoriya. I'm not hungry, Kakin, please. Leave me alone. Tisk, do you want me to tell your mom that you're starving and killing yourself because of that? Bakugo said, yelling. Deku glared and accepted the pancakes. Fine, I'll eat it. Deku eats it. Bakugo throws the female uniform next to Midoriya. Go change now. We have classes to attend. A dash. I already told Aizawa-sensei that I can't attend for now, Midoriya says. Fine, then keep this for now, Bakugo says and leaves her to continue breakfast. Midoriya looks at her uniform and looks back at Bakugo. She grabbed it with her food and sits in front of Bakugo and Kirishima. You change your mind, Bakugo teasing. I can leave if you don't like, Midoriya says. Bakugo, she's asking your permission, Kirishima said. You already there, nerd. You don't need to ask that, Bakugo answered. Midoriya smiles and continued her breakfast. Glad you're still our Midoriya, Kirishima says, smiling. Are you going to join our classes today? Kaminari asked and sits next to Midoriya. Midoriya nodded. I guess. While eating, Midoriya accidentally bites her hair. And I hate this. Deku cried. Why don't you cut your hair or tie it? Kaminari suggested while eating. Maya, you're right, please excuse me. Midoriya stopped eating and went to the bathroom while holding her uniform. At UA building, the class one, it was busy on doing their own conversations and businesses. When Aizawa entered the classroom, the whole class go back to their seats. Aizawa notices his seat is empty. Where's Midoriya? I thought she changed her mind and she will attend my class. Aizawa asked. Yes, sensei, but we didn't know why she dash. Iida was cut when Izuku entered the door. Gee, good morning, I'm sorry. I'm late. Izuku bowed, apologizing to Aizawa. It's okay. Problem child, you just get in time. Come in, Aizawa response. Izuku came in. The whole class was surprised that her hair was cut and short, now the hairstyle of his male version. Midoriya, what did you do to your hair? Kaminari asked, panicking. You said I should cut my hair, Izuku says, pouting. The boys and girls are glaring at Kaminari right now. Look what you did now. Kaminari, Jiru says, glaring, dude. You're bullying Midoriya. Zero says, wait, no, I didn't mean to say, and let her do that. The Kaminari panicking. Guys, don't be mad at him. I actually like his suggestions. It's comfortable, Deku says, and smiles at them. All boys were blushing because of how cute and pretty she is when she smiles like that. Deku is hot, Mineta drooling. What bro, Zero says. All right, class, we have a Quirk training today. It will be 3 in 1 team. I already fixed the list. Aizawa reads the paper. Team 1 Iida, Yamamo, Kirishima Team 2 Zero, Kaminari, Jiraiya Team 3 Mineta, 2, Mina Team 4 Hagakure, Ojiro, Kota Team 5 Uraraka, Tokoyami, Aoyama Team 6 Todoroki, Izuku, Bakugo. The Quirk training is about teamwork. You and your team will fight the fake villains in your area and save the mannequins. You have to collect and complete the mannequins and put it in the safe area, which is where the flag was standing. Wear your hero costumes now and meet me at the ground beta. The class 1A went out from classroom. Hey, midoriya, Midnight called Midnight Sensei. Why are you here? Izuku asked. Here's your hero costume. Aizawa told me you have a training today. Midnight gives the case. Thank you, Sensei. Midoriya bowed and walks away. Midoriya went to the lockers room, but she accidentally went on the male lockers room. The boys noticed her. Midoriya, what are you doing here? Kaminari shocked. Oi, nerd, the female lockers are there. Bakugo said, oh, sorry, I forgot, force of habit, hee. Izuku chuckled. But she felt weird and blushed when she saw them half naked. She slaps her cheeks. OMG, what is happening to me? Izuku went and opened the girls' locker. Glad they're finished with changing their clothes. Oh, hey, Midoriya. Kamimina says, I'm sorry, I just felt a bit awkward. Can I borrow this room for myself now, just for now? Izuku asked, sure. We're already done now. You can use this room. Uraraka says, oh, thank you, Uraraka-san. Deku said and smiled. Okay, see you at the ground beta, Uraraka said and left the locker room with the other girls. As she finished on changing her costume, she went out from the locker room, and surprised because Bakugo and Todoroki are in front of the door, waiting her to come out. Keikakin, Todoroki, why are you both still here? Izuku asked. We're waiting for you because Todoroki responds, no, we're not. Bakugo cut. Oh, okay, let's go now. Deku says, why did you dash? Todoroki asked, shut up, half and half. Let's go to the ground beta now. Bakugo cut again. They were at the ground beta. It's a fake city. There's buildings, streets, roads, shops, and more. Where the students can practice their quirk, it's still part of their academia. Iida's and Zero's team assigned at the fake train station. Hagakure's and Mineta's team are assigned at the fake marketplace. Uraraka's and Bakugo's team assigned at the fake mall, while the others are starting to do their training now. Let's go start to look and find the mannequins, Uraraka says. We should separate. Me and Aoyama will stay here at the first floor. Todoroki and Uraraka, you two should go at the second floor. Then Bakugo and Midoriya should go at the third floor, Tokoyami suggested. They all nodded and walked away. Did you found anything, Kakin? Izuku asked. Not yet, Bakugo answered. Steps, creak. It is the sounds that they can hear. Then it became silent between them. While walking and looking for mannequins, Midoriya noticed someone hiding behind the entrance of the cinema theater. She decided to go there and take a look. Bakugo didn't notice her and still continuing to look for the fake villains and mannequins. He found 2 mannequins behind the ticket counter. Oi, I found something here, nerd, let's dash. He was cut when noticing Izuku is not with him now. Deku, he called, but no one answered. His eyes widened and took the mannequins and looked for her. Meanwhile, Deku was inside the theater. Now, she can see the silhouette of that person up there behind the chairs. Hey. Deku called. The silhouette disappeared. Where is he? Deku asked herself. Hey, show yourself now. I know you're in there. Deku called again, and when up there the person appears behind her. Deku was about to punch it, but he was too quick on stopping and grabbing her hand. Not so fast, beauty, the villain said. Deku let go of his grip and kicked the villain to push it away from her. The villain disappeared again and appeared at the exit door. Catch me if you can. Deku ran to catch him, but she was tricked by him because the floor of the exit door outside was destroyed. She grabs on the broken wires to not let herself fall. Deku activated her quirk, but why is it not working now? And no, it can't be why it is not working. Help. Someone help. Help me. Deku called, panicking. Somebody help me. Deku cried. Her hands became weak and slowly loses her grip on the wires. Help. Please help me. Deku cried. She cannot take it anymore. Her both hand let go from the wires and fall. But someone grabs her hand and stopped her from falling. Deku noticed who it was. Kakin. I got you. Hang on. Bakugo says, holding her hand. Nghii can't. Deku cried. Help yourself up. You can do it. Bakugo says, try and pull her up. Deku grabs Bakugo's other hand and helps herself pulled by him. They made it, and they both fell on the floor. Bakugo was on top, while Izuku's at the bottom. Their faces are inches close to each other and gazing on each other's eyes. They both blushed and pushed each other's away. Thank you, Kakin. Deku says, breaking the silence between them. TCH, let's go and continue our training. Don't have much time. Bakugo stands up, still blushing, and walks out. Izuku stands up and follows him outside the movie theater. Bakugo throws the mannequins at Izuku. Here, I found that mannequin's behind the counter. Don't lose it. Izuku smiles and nodded. Silence. Why didn't you use your quirk to not let yourself fall from there? Bakugo asked. I'm about that. I actually tried, but it didn't work. Izuku responds. What do you mean it didn't work? I tried to activate my quirk to help myself, but it didn't work. I discovered it just now. Izuku explained. TCH, so now I'm the only who is useful here. Bakugo smirks. Hey, don't call me useless. I can help with collecting and looking for the mannequins. Izuku pouted. TCH, what about the dash? Bakugo was cut when the villains comes out from nowhere. Oh, we meet again here, beauty. I thought you were already dead. The villain says, smirking. What? Bakugo confused and look at midoriya. It's you. Why you try to kill me? Izuku asked. What else? I'm just doing my job, the villain says, and shows his weapon. The other villains do the same. Is this still an act? Izuku asked. No, they were not one of those fake extras. Deku. Bakugo says and activates his explosion. Get that girl. The villain ordered and started attacking them. Bakugo looks at Deku. He quickly carried her and used his explosion to distract the villains from smokes. Find them. Find that girl. The villain ordered. The villain decides to separate and look for both of them. They were hiding in the stockroom. Why are they targeting you? Deku. Bakugo asked. I don't know. Why, Kakin? Deku responds. Bakugo noticed she was trembling. I fear and crying. What should I do now? I can't defend myself. My quirk is not working. They will kill me. Izuku cried, panicking. We need to get out of here and report them. TSK. Unfortunate, I left my phone there while running. I can't contact anyone to get some help. Bakugo says. Izuku stops crying. We can use mine. Izuku says, giving her phone. Bakugo grabs it and opens the phone. The battery is 50%. Bakugo contacts Mr. Aizawa. Bakugo, you two are under training. Why did you call me? Sensei. They chasing us now. What? Real villains? Believe me or not. Yes, and they were targeting Deku. Now we need help. Right now. Where are you now? Bakugo. We were still at the mall. We're hiding in the storage room. Alright, we'll be right there. Bakugo in the call and give the phone to midoriya. What should we do now? Izuku asked. We need to get out of here before they caught us here. Bakugo says. Izuku nodded and held Bakugo's hand, and they went out of the storage room quietly. They saw one of the villains, and they quickly hide under the counter. When they let the villain pass, they quickly run to the escalator. There they are. The villain says, noticing the Bakugo, carried midoriya and ran. The villains attacked them with their weapons. What the hell they want from you? Bakugo asked while running. I told you. I don't know. Izuku responds. Bakugo let go of Izuku, and they both running now. Izuku accidentally stumbled his foot and fell on the ground. Bakugo notices Midoriya and go back to get her. The villain points a gun to Midoriya. The villain presses and shoots it to Midoriya, but it failed and stopped by the ice wall. Bakugo looked at the one who did it. It was Shoto Todoroki. He's with Uraraka, Tokoyami, and Aoyama. Now leave them alone. Aoyama yelled, "Release!" Uraraka says, and release all the heavy things he floated up there. The villain's running and avoiding it. They're about to escape, but the police and the pro heroes are already there to arrest them. Todoroki and the others went to Bakugo, and Midoriya, are you two all right? Aoyama asked. Yes, we're fine, Izuku responds. Aizawa-sensei told us what happened. Glad we're still here. Uraraka says they didn't notice that Midoriya lost consciousness. Yeah, you extras made it in time, Bakugo says. Why are they targeting Midoriya? Tokoyami asked. Ask her, Bakugo says, pointing at Midoriya, but they saw Midoriya unconscious now. Oh no, Deku-kun. Uraraka worried. Let's take her back to UA, Todoroki says, and carried Midoriya. At the clinic, Midoriya woke up and saw herself lying in the hospital bed. She noticed Uraraka, and Iida was sitting beside on her bed. Iida turned at her, and his eyes widened. Uraraka, she's awake. Iida said, and the recovery girl turned at her and checked her condition. Did you feel anything? Are you hurt? She asked to Midoriya. No, I don't feel anything. I am okay, she responds and sit. Can we take her now? Back to the dorm. Uraraka asked. Recovery girl nodded and said, Welp, she said she was fine. Soyu can take her home now. Uraraka nodded. Can you walk, Deku? Deku nodded, standing in front of them, and started walking out from the clinic. Uraraka and Iida followed after her. Where's everybody? Deku asked. They're already at the dorm waiting for us. Uraraka responds. Are you sure you're okay, Midoriya? Iida asked, worried. Yes, I'm sure. Thanks for your concern, she said, smiling. Iida felt his heart melted from that. He didn't know why. He felt he wants to see that smile again and wants to be noticed by her every day. Why, you're welcome. It's my responsibility as president to take care of the entire class, mostly you. I mean you and Uraraka are also my friends, right? Iida panicking while moving his hands like a robot again, and he is blushing right now. Iida, I think you're the one who is not okay. Midoriya chuckles. The three laughed and continued walking. Uraraka noticed that there's something with Iida. She's behind the back of those two, watching them both while walking. She looks at Iida, noticing he can't take his eyes off from Midoriya, and his face blushing. She smirks, thinking Iida is having a crush on their female friend, Midoriya. As they arrived at the front of the dorm, they went inside and saw everyone watching a romantic movie at the living room. Hey guys, they're back, Mina says, and the others turned their heads on the three of them. Are you okay now, Midoriya? Mineta asked. Yes, I'm fine now, I'm just tired. Deku responds. You know I can take you to your room and sleep together. Mineta says, drooling, but receives a slap on the head from you. Don't listen to him, Midoriya. Who says, are you hungry? We keep your beef curry in the fridge. Do you want to eat it? Yamamoto asks, concerned. Well, I'm starving right now. Midoriya chuckles. All right, I will serve it for you. Wait here. Yamamoto quickly goes to the kitchen to heat the curry for Midoriya. Izuku sat next to them and watching a movie with them. Hi, Izuku awkwardly said to Kaken, sitting next to her. I don't remember you hit your head while we were on training. Bakugo says. I also don't remember anything. I just felt weird and get dizzy. She responds. Bakugo touches her head. You're not sick either. Maybe it's because of your new form now. Deku nodded. I think so too. Silence between them. Then they both noticed their classmates was watching them both. What are you extras looking at? Bakugo asked, yelling. They turned their heads on the television, continuing watching the movie, but they're gossiping and chuckling that there's something between them, and changes on Bakugo. While watching Bakugo, secretly gazing at Midoriya. He realized how appealing she is than the other girls. He blushes and looks at Todoroki. Todoroki was glancing at Midoriya too. Bakugo didn't know why he felt mad and annoyed right now. Midoriya, are you free at Friday? Todoroki asked. Well, I'm not sure, but why? Midoriya responds. I want to ask if we can go out, just the two of us. I'm at the mall. I want to buy something important and I don't have any companions or friends to hang out with me. Todoroki explained, "Oh sure, I also want to buy something at the mall. We can go there together," midoriya says, smiling. Bakugo heard it, and annoyed at Todoroki right now. He don't know why he feels like that. He feels like he wants midoriya only for himself, just the two of them. "Hey, can we join both of you?" Mineta says they heard their conversation too. "No, I said just the two of us." Todoroki glared. "Todoroki, why don't we let them join us? I think it's more fun if we go out there together." Deku says, "Yeah, she was right, come on, Todoroki, let us join." Kaminari convince. "The more the merrier." Mina added Todoroki is annoyed at them, and looks at midoriya. Midoriya convinces him with a pretty smile and sparkling puppy eyes. Todoroki cannot resist her cuteness. "Fin, you guys can join us there on Friday." Todoroki says. Bakugo smirks that Todoroki won't be able to hang out alone with midoriya. The middle of the night, midoriya wake up from dreaming. She felt thirsty, so she went down to the kitchen to get a drink. She opened the fridge, took a glass of water, and drink it. You're still awake. Midoriya surprised and spits out her drink. "Hey, you scared me." Midoriya says, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you." "Hey," he says, "do you want a drink?" "Kirishima-kun?" Midoriya asked, giving the glass of water. "Yes, I felt my throat is kinda itchy right now, cough." Kirishima says, accepting it by drinking. Deku touches his forehead that made Kirishima shocked and blushed. "Mayuri, not sick? Did you ate something that gives a sore throat?" Deku confused. "Welp, maybe it's because of ice cream that Kaminari gave me earlier." Kirishima guess. "It'll be unhealthy for you if you did not careful on what you're eating. Please be careful next time." Deku worried. Kirishima felt relieved with midoriya, the way she cares, and talk to him it feels different. Kirishima realized that her kindness is making herself more appealing now than the others. "Kirishima, are you okay? You're staring at me for a minute." Midoriya breaks the silence. "Oh, Yusuri, Kirishima chuckles. "I need to go to bed, Nomu. See you tomorrow." Midoriya says, smiling, and leaves him there. He slaps both cheeks. "What the heck is happening to me? No, this can't be. What is this feeling? Wait, am I in love with her?" Next morning, the entire class was busy on preparing for their school today. As usual, white heavy checkmark, taking a bath, white heavy checkmark, brushing their teeth, white heavy checkmark, eating breakfast, white heavy checkmark, and go to the school building at the classroom. Midoriya took her notes out and write what she encountered on the last training. Even though he's a bad person, his quirk is still amazing and authentic, she mumbled. Midnight, enter the classroom and greet the entire class. "Good morning. So, I have good news today that I know everyone will be involved and interested." Midnight says, the others gossiping and guessing what it is. "Is it about the sports festival?" Mina asked. "No, it's a UA festival. It's our tradition to build 1 to 2 booths in one class." Everyone surprised and gets excited. "Welp, it's in your class. It's your choice what booth you want to do at this festival. We talked about this, and we decided to give you all 4 days to prepare before the festival." Midnight explained. "Well, I'm excited." Mina says, "When should we start?" Iida asked. "Now. So we will leave this day for your class to decide. What booth do you want to build?" Midnight's responds, "I'm going to leave now, so to good luck and surprises everyone." She says and left the entire class. Wait now. As a now. Kaminari asked, "Are you deaf? Did you heard what she says?" Jiru says, annoyed. "I'm just making sure of it," Kaminari says. "All right, everyone suggest, and I will write it on the board. And all of us will vote," Yamamoto says. After the suggestions, "So, this is all the result. Looks like we all want a maid cafe and concert suggestions. Maid cafe. Rides, theater 0, music band concert. So no one likes theater." Aoyama says, "Class 1B already chose that one." Aoyama, "It's all about our originality." Mina says, "Ah, yeah, you have a point, Aoyama. Then we should do the concert. I think it's fun." Jiru says, "Oh, right, you're good at music. I remember you teach us one time." Juro Hagakure says, "All right, so we choose the concert." Iida said, confirming their choice. "Midoriya, can you help me with the lyrics? I know you can fix and arrange the words, also making poems." Jiru asked. "Sure, I'll help you." Midoriya responded. It's Friday. They went to the marketplace to buy their needs. Todoroki failed to spend time alone with Midoriya. "What should we do first today, Mina?" Yamamoto asked. Mina reads the list on her paper. "First, we need to buy some snacks and drinks. Second is to buy materials for our booth. And third, we're going to eat lunch here. I'm glad you remembered our lunch, Denki says. Of course, why would I forget? Mina chuckles. All right, let's separate now and meet at the park at lunch. Iida says everyone went in a different direction and looked for the food and materials they needed. Uraraka went to Deku. Hey Deku, can you help me look and buy these materials? Deku nodded. Sure, let's go there at the hardware. Why don't we ask Yarozu to make a rope and decorations? Uraraka asked. Uraraka, we can't let her handle everything. Maybe we can, in case of emergency. Izuku responds, what color do we need to paint our stage booth? Uraraka asked again, holding the blue and red bucket of paint. I remember they wanted white and red color. Okay, let's buy these too. Uraraka grabs the white and red bucket of paint. They went to the counter and paid all the things they needed. When they're done, they go to the park. They sit there and take rest. Where are they? Uraraka asked. I think they're not done yet, midoriya responds. Hey, I'm going to buy drinks and sandwich at the convenience store. Wait me here. Uraraka says, okay, go on. I'll wait for you here, Izuku says, smiling before Uraraka leaves her there. Midoriya was sitting there. There are 3 guys who went to her. Hey, are you alone, beauty? The blonde guy with piercings in his ears said. Midoriya stands up and ignores them. Hey, beauty, we're still talking to you. Don't ignore us. Please, leave me alone, Midoriya says Ichem. Maybe her boyfriend is here. The other guy chuckles. Midoriya noticed they're holding a bottle of alcohol. They're drunk. She stands up, but the 2 guys block her way, and the other one grabs her hand behind. Why don't you come with us? The guy slowly touches her waist. You know we're good when it comes to dash when the guy touches her. But Midoriya punches the guy. Stay away from me, you pervert. The man's lip bleed, and he glared. Ha! You're making me love you even more. The guy chuckles. Midoriya fights back and punches the 2 guys behind her. The other one grabs her and tries to kiss her. I said, leave me alone, you creep. Midoriya yelled and kicked the man's private part. Ag, you little brat. Midoriya ran away from them and went to the alleyway after that. She then remembered that Uraraka is with her. Oh no, I forgot Uraraka. Uraraka leave the convenience store and go back to the park. She then noticed the things they buyed was on the ground, and Midoriya is not there. Hey, Uraraka. You're early. Denki says he's with Kirishima and Bakugo. Did you saw Deku-kun? Uraraka asked, nervous. No, we didn't. I thought she's with you. Denki respond, yeah, she's with me, but I don't know where she is now. She just left these things here. Uraraka panicking, what happened to the both of you, and why you didn't know where she was now? Bakugo asked madly. I told her that I will buy drinks and snacks at the store. She said she will wait for me here, and then I just found these things left on the ground. Uraraka responds, hey, everyone, we're back. Mina waves? Oh, what's wrong, Uraraka? Siro asked. She lost Midoriya and she didn't know where she was. Denki says. Uraraka cried. What now? What if she was kidnapped? Uraraka calmed down. Maybe she went to the bathroom. Yamamo tried to calm. Leaving these things, really? Denki says. Why? What happened to Midoriya? Todoroki interrupt. We don't know either. Uraraka didn't know. Mina responds. Oh my god, do you think she was kidnapped? Mina panicking. Everyone please stop panicking. Iida says they saw 3 guys walking. Boss, she's not here. I think we lost her. Find that beauty now, hurry. The man ordered the other 2 and leave. I'm not done yet with her. The entire class heard them. Beauty are they talking about? Denki confused. They were after Midoriya. Todoroki says Bakugo went to the man and punches a class was shocked. Where's DKU? What did you do to her? Bakugo asked, yelling, I don't know what you're talking about. The guy respond, that beauty you were talking about, she's with US. Where is she? Bakugo yelled, asking again. TSK, so you are his boyfriend, hum? What a lucky one to have such a beauty and hot chick like her. Guy teasing at him, shut up. Bakugo punches the guy. Enough? Iida says, so, I was right. They're looking for Midoriya. Denki guess. Let's go look for Midoriya now. Yamamo says. They were about to leave, but Midoriya appeared in front of them. Midoriya. Kirishima called, huff, guys, huff. I'm here. Midoriya called back and stand in front of them. Where have you been? I'm worried about you. Uraraka asked, crying. Sorry, I forgot that I was with you. I'm sorry. Deku apologized to Uraraka. What happened to you, midoriya? Yamamoto asked. Nothing. I just go for a walk in. Don't you dare lie to us, Nerd Bakugo said and throw the guy on her side that made midoriya steps back. What the hell you guys doing with this creep? Deku asked scared. Why are you calling him creep? Moneta asked the guy wakes up. Found you beauty. After that he receives a slap from midoriya. Why did you slap him? Mina asked. That guy touches me. And forcing me to go with him, dash, Deku cried, and Yamamoto hugs her. What? So this guy, Bakugo looks back at the guy and beats him. You pervert, Kirishima yelled and punched the guy, so the other boys did the same. Minutes later, the two guys with that creep came back and saw their boss knocked out and tied on the rope. Underscore. They arrived at the dorm. Midoriya straightens to her bedroom and lays on her bed, tearing up. Now, I can feel the women's fear of encountering strangers dim in it. I want to go back to my real gender. I am tired of this. She cried night. The entire class helped each other to decorate their stage. As they were done, they have not decided yet who's going to play on the show. Kaminari and Tokoyami volunteered to play the electric guitar. Yamamoto volunteered as a pianist. Oh, come on, Bakugo. I know you're good at playing that drum set. Jiraiya beg on him. TSK fine. You better make sure we can kill them with this music. Bakugo agree, and play it shortly showing them how good he is. Kirishima smiled and clapped. Whoa, Bakubro, you're awesome. So, who's going to play as our vocalist? Iida asked. Jiraiya, I know you can sing, you should play as our vocalist. Hagakure says, and give a microphone stand. What? Be but I'm. Jiraiya's shy. You can do it, Jiraiya. Please show us that you can sing. Mina cheers fine. I'll do it, Jiraiya says, and take a deep breath. The others are sitting and standing surround her. They were ready to listen to her now. She starts singing musical notes. You know, everyone wants to sparkle like the stars in the night sky. Musical notes. Everyone was shocked and surprised on her voice. It's angelic musical notes in this wondrous place, filled with all the dreams I've been wishing for, waiting for the chance. Musical notes. As she was done, everyone clapped and praised her. That was awesome, Jiraiya. OMG, my ears are so happy. I knew it. You can do it. Jiraiya, I love it. Jiraiya blushes and nodded. Let's set aside that. Sauno, it's time that I should compose the song now. She chuckles. They nodded and brought the instruments back to Jiraiya's room. Everyone went to their own bedrooms to sleep, but Jiraiya is still awake. She was busy on thinking of how she will fix the words. She suddenly remembered Izuku, so she stands and went to Izuku's room. Knocks. Izuku looks at the door as she heard the knock. Who's that? Izuku asked. It's me, Jiraiya. Can we talk? Jiraiya responds. Izuku went to the door and opened it. Hey, what do you want to talk about? Izuku asked. Can you help me fix this lyrics? I know you're good at arranging and fixing words properly. I know it will be good if you help me. Jiraiya says, oh, sure. May I take a look? Izuku asked, and Jiraiya gives the paper where she wrote a few words. What do you think? Jiraiya asked. Leave it to me. I will arrange it and tell this to you tomorrow. Izuku says, okay. Jiraiya nodded and left. Izuku closed the door and seat on her study table. She carefully reads the notes and fix it. What? Am I to be musical notes? What is my calling musical notes? Izuku hummed and sing it. She continued fixing and adding details to Jiraiya's song. Next day, morning, the entire class is awake and eating their breakfast. It's a pancake with strawberry on top made by Yamamoto. It's delicious. Yeah, and I'm full. Denki and Mineta resting themselves sitting on the couch. Jiraiya went to Midoriya. Midoriya was at the corner, talking to her mom through her phone. She then noticed Jiraiya behind her. Deku excused and ended her call to talk to Jiraiya. Did you fix the song? Jiraiya whispered, yes, I did. Is it all right to you that I added a few words to make your song more better? Izuku asked, of course, it's a big help for me, Midoriya, thank you. Jiraiya says, smiling. Izuku smiled. How can I sing this? Any idea? Jiraiya questioned. Actually, I already have now, but I can't do it here, in front of our classmates. I'm afraid that dash. Izuku says, let's do it in my room, so no one can hear you, except me, hee. Jiraiya chuckles. Izuku nodded and followed her. Jiraiya let her in and sit on her bed. She grabs her guitar so they can sing along together. while fixing the song notes and rhythm. "Are you ready?" Gyro asked, excited. "Yeah, I am ready," Izuku said, nervous. "All right, sing, and I will play this guitar with you. I will put my phone here, so we can record the whole song," Gyro says, and put the phone next to Izuku. Izuku take a deep breathe and sings Hero 2. Gyro started to follow the song and beat the song with her guitar. Carefully, she was amazed and happy to hear her voice. It's angelic like hers. When Izuku finished the song, they smiled and laughed. "Oh my gosh, that was good, midoriya. I didn't know you can sing," Gyro says, and grabbed her phone and the recorder. "Thank you. Well, actually, my mom already knew about this," Izuku chuckles. "You should sing with me. I know I can't team okay with Mina's team." Izuku respond, "Why not? You can sing and you have the angelic voice, and know they will be happy to hear you." Gyro motivates. "I'm sorry. I don't want to embarrass myself anymore," Izuku said, and looks down. Remembering when he first performed in a contest when he was a child, seeing a bunch of people waiting and their eyes is on him, he became nervous and couldn't move on the stage, ended up being booed and laughed by the audience. It was a traumatic moment for him, so he decided to ignore his talent for singing and focused on to become hero. "Midoriya, what's wrong?" Izuku snaps from her thoughts and look at Gyro. "And nothing, I just don't want to do it anymore," Izuku responds. "Okay, as you say, Sabat, if you change your mind, dash. It won't change, please. Don't tell anyone about this," Izuku says seriously. "Oh yes, I promise," Gyro says, and after that Izuku left her room. Gyro thoughts, "I wonder why she's acting like that. Did she have a traumatic secret that she can't tell to anyone? I'm curious." Gyro told everyone the song by pitching and singing in front of them. Not letting them hear the recorder, they started practicing dancing and play instruments. They also fixed the props that they will use on the stage and for the audience. The festival started. Many people arrived and visits every booth, having fun, playing all games with their loved ones, buying available foods at every booth, and watching the theater of Class 1B. The Class 1, it was on a backstage, and take a look on the audience outside. So many people. Mineta says, "I'm nervous." Hagakure says, "Everyone should calm." And before performance, Iida says, "We know that 4 eyes," but Bakugo says, "Gyro, are you ready?" Yamamoto asked. Her eyes widened when she noticed Gyro coughing this whole time. I think I can't perform right now." Gyro cough, cough. Gyro says, "Oh no, everyone, we have a problem." Yamamoto called everyone gather around them and take a look. "What happened?" Mina asked. "Gyro can't be able to perform right now. I think she's sick," Yamamoto says. Uraraka touches Gyro's forehead. "She has a fever. We can't let her perform like this." Uraraka says, "Oh no, a lot of people are waiting for us to perform for them. What should we do?" Denki panicking. "I'm thinking, Denki, stop panicking." Mina says, "Gyro remembered Izuku that she knows the song and she have a good voice." Izuku. Cough. "Can you perform there for me?" Cough. Gyro asked. Everyone looks at Izuku. "Me? No, why me? I can't." Izuku. "Gyro, she can't even dance. Why her?" Mina asked. "Yeah, she might embarrass herself if she did your favor." Kirishima says, "What about you, Yamamoto?" Todoroki asked. "No, I can't. I do play piano, but I can't sing." Yamamoto responds while everyone is busy on argument about it. Gyro holds Izuku's hand. Cough. "Izuku, please, if there's no time." Cough. "I need you right now." Cough. "Please do my favor." Gyro begs on her face is pale right now and could not stand Izuku. Close her eyes and think. Cough. "Please," if Gyro begs. She then opened her eyes and looked straight to Gyro. "Fine, I'll do it for you." Izuku responds and smiles. Gyro smiled. Izuku stands up and grabs the microphone. She gave her phone to Mr. Present Mike and told the song she will use. She passes her classmates and stands on the stage in front of many audiences. Izuku don't. Hagakure trying to stop her. What is she doing? She might embarrass herself. Denki nervous for her. Ugh, I can't watch this. Mina says nervous and turned back, hiding behind Uraraka. That nerd. Is she serious? Kaken thoughts the rest of her classmates quietly and nervously waiting for her to perform. They were afraid of the audience's reaction. When she sings, Izuku felt nervous and shy. As she looked at the audience, she became more nervous and scared. But when she looks at Gyro, she took a deep breath and smiled at everyone. She's going to sing the Star Marker by Kanabun. Izuku signs okay to Mr. Present Mike and starts the music. As the song started to play, the intro makes few of the audience excited to hear the lyrics of this song. Izuku dances a little along with the music and starts to sing. Musical note: Atari me J. Terasa Mabashiza, and I, Mabuda, Watoji to Kimi, no Koto dare Nomi and I, Mo, Furinai, Kanai, Hitatsubu, no Hikari was Soko, and I, the whole class was surprised, and even the audiences are happy listening to her song. WTF, she can sing. Denki surprised, oh my gosh, she have a good voice like Juru. Yamamo says, is that really midoriya? Todoroki confused, why didn't you tell me about this, Deku? Bakugo thoughts. Mayoi Tamadoi, Yum no Mabataki, Ni Nagaraboshi Ga Ho-Ho. What's it? Oh, Anubisat Kiru, Karai no Hito Nari, no Nairo Wakimi and I, all boys, except teachers, blushes and mesmerized with her beauty and angelic voice. Dude, she's cute. Yeah, I will get her number after this. I want to marry her, the audience says. Karorinai, Keiko and I, Iro, Wanatiku Kiddo, Marai Nanero Katate and I, Pareto Werit Mizi, Yotada Hitatsa Dake Nagatarinda Itsudat Saiti, Nayuru Winakit Tehi, Sensanaga Sorzor, no Hoshi and I Tomaredo, Waredo, everyone dancing along with the music, and her song Izuku waved her hand as she saw Eri and Mirio watching her. Dor Kurai Fukai, Mayanaka, and I, Mogiriba Kimi and I, Durukao Naji, Bundake, no Sabashigari Kagari, no Mero no Naka de Mijahidari Mashigai, Mata Moda, Sasum Kiddo Magarikado, de Saka no Badasaki, de Mitsuki Miserio. Guys, let's join her. Performing our practice will be waste if we stay here, Mina says to her classmates. Everyone nodded. Tada Hitatsa Demo Kamawan Isa, Itsudat Saidi Nayuru Wanakitmi to me Mimi, Takot Sanaga Dansu, Furoa de Odoru Sa, Yo, Ga Akra made Todoroki creates an ice above the audience, and makes Iida break it and create snows. Bakugo, Yamamo, Tokoyami, and Denki play along with the music using their instruments to make the music louder. Samanayum no Tachu to Kimi Ga, He, Ajada Narazudo, Sonoti, Tsuken Hanashir, Washernai Z, Werit Mizi, Yo Mina dances along with the others in front of their music band. Tehi audiences cheer and dancing along supporting the class. One is showing how much they did enjoy their performance. Tada Hitatsu Dake Nagatarinda Itsudat Saiti Na Yoru Winakit Mishigai Kanchigai Mashigai Janakut Kokoro Kara Wariryu and I Tada Ichido Dake Ishin no Kiramiki Dake Sanayawa Na in Origine Danshigai and I Shinjitai Tobikoit Mao Ikai Sabandika Kimi no Shurkai Wabokura no Sekai Wahiroka. The stage explodes because of Bakugo, and the music ends by Kaminari using his electric guitar. Izuka huff and waving to everyone. Thank you. Thank you for coming, she said, smiling, forgetting her traumatic moment from the past. The music changes her life right now. She receives cheering and claps from the audiences and requesting one more. Sorry, everyone. That's the only song I can for now. She then bowed, ran to the backstage, and hugged Jiru, crying. I told you could do it. Jiru chuckles. Hick, Jiru. I did it, sniff. Thank you, Izuka cried. Jiru pats her back, and they both cried now. That was amazing. Jiru says. Izuku smiles. Because it's for you. Stop crying. Jiru chuckles, wiping her tears. Are you okay now? Izuku asked, worried about her fever. Yeah. Thanks for the medicine and to your song. Jiru responds. The entire class went to the backstage to check on them and saw they both laughing and crying. Their heart melts when they see it. Let's go and see the other booths, Mina says louder. They all nodded and went out from the venue. They watched Romeo and Juliet theater that was made by Class 1B. Played a puzzle game and arcades. Buy food and drinks. Izuku was alone right now, resting herself on the corner watching her classmates playing games. Near, she was approached by the two male students. Hey, you the girl from earlier, right? From Class 1? The guy asked. Izuka nodded. Yuhi's why? Yeah, it's the cute girl. Can we get your number? The other guy asked. Oh no, I'm not giving my number to anyone except Dash. Izuku says, stepping backward. Oh come on, we just need your number, cutie. Yeah, and we can go out on a date. Well, no, a perfect place to do the dash. The guy touches her waist and hair with a flirt smile. Izuku didn't hesitate to slap this guy. You pervert. Stay away from me, she yelled and walks away. But the guy grabs her arm, showing his flirty smile. What did you call me? I said, stay away from me. Izuka kicks the guy and ran away. She hides on crowded people, and they lost her. Izuku shivered, and crying she went inside the theater booth and sits on the chair. Didn't notice the boys of Class 1B was still there. Hey, that's midoriya, right? Tetsu asked to others. The others looked where he was pointing, and then they saw midoriya there crying. Monoma went to her and giving a napkin. The others followed him to check on her too. Izuku looked up and noticed Monoma, Tetsu, Yosetsu, Hiryu, and Sun looking at her. Oh, Monoma, I am sorry. I didn't know. Izuka voice cracking, quickly wiping her tears. You have no issue to us, right? Monoma asked. Yuhi's. I'm just to. Is there something wrong? Tetsu asked. No, nothing. I am sorry for coming in here without permission. Izuka says it's okay. Midoriya-san says, why are you crying? Yosetsu asked. I'm nothing to worry about. I'm okay. Izuka lied. We can tell that you're lying, Midoriya. Come on, you can open up to us. We're all friends now. Tetsu says friend since. Before Monoma continued, he was snapped by Yosetsu behind. He's okay. Please continue. It's before Izuku tells it Bakugo entered with Kirishima, Denki, and Shiro. What are you guys doing to Midoriya? Denki asked when he noticed Midoriya with Class 1B. They're not doing anything, Kaminari. Don't worry, Izuku said. Then why are you with this extras? Bakugo asked. While packing our things, we noticed she entered here and saw her crying alone. Yosetsu says what? Why? Kirishima asked worried. It's nothing, Kirishima. Izuku says, but you're shaking while crying, Midoriya. San says, Deku, tell us what happened to you. Bakugo asked mad. Fine. I was just resting at the corner and watching you guys playing game, but there's two guy approached me and wants to get my number because they knew about me after the concert. Izuku starts crying. I told him to stay away, but one of them touches me and wants to take advantage to me. I kick them and hide myself in the crowd. I am still scared. I can't fight back because my quirk is not working. I'm scared because they are still chasing me. Izuku cried on her palms and shaking. They were shocked at her explanation. This must be your new fanboys, I guess. Sun says, tell us which class they come from. We will tell it to the pro heroes, Kirishima asked. They're not wearing uniforms. They're not students of you. Izuku answered, crying. All right, we will tell this to All Might and to Mr. Aizawa. Shiro says, you better be careful now when talking to some strangers, nerd. They're trying to take advantage of you. Bakugo warned, but at the same time worried. Izuka nodded and stopped crying. Let's go back to UA dorm and report everything to All Might, Kirishima says, and helps Midoriya to stand. It's rainy day at the UA dorm. Midoriya resting herself on the couch after being traumatized when she's almost harassed yesterday. The Class 1B boys, along with Bakugo, Kaminari, Kirishima, and Shiro reported about it. To the professors of UA, the others knew what happened because Kaminari and Monoma spreads that issue to their classmates. Uraraka sits next to Midoriya and giving his breakfast. How are you feeling right now, Deku? Uraraka worried. I'm good, thank you for worrying about me. Deku responds, and do fake smile. Uraraka knows she lied about it, and Deku just wants to be alone this time. So she decided to leave the food for Midoriya and leave her alone for now, while the Class 1, except Midoriya, are busy on eating their breakfast. All Might entered the door and approached Midoriya. He sits next to her while Midoriya is resting her chin on her palms and not looking at him. They told me what happened, kid. All Might have noticed she's not eating her food. Midoriya don't make yourself hungry and sick. Midoriya looks at him. You really act like my mom, she chuckled. Don't worry, I'm just not in the mood to eat anything right now. She says. All Might pat the top of her head and smiles. Don't make me worried. If you have a problem or you're in pain, you can talk to me. Kid, I am willing to hear it and gave you some advice. He says, smiling, and leave her. All Might wave to the other Class 1A who are listening to them this whole time, and now they are hides and continue eating. Faced with tears of joy, he left the basket of fruit in front of Midoriya. Before he leaves the door, Midoriya couldn't stop her tears to fall from her eyes. She quickly wipes it using her hand and went to her bedroom. It's still raining. Class 1A decided to do a performance one by one. Oh, come on, everyone, we don't care if you're talentless. This is just for fun. Mina says, fine, just this time, Mina him in. Yamamoto says, how about you guys? Mina asked the others except midoriya, who were still in her bedroom. Welp, alright. I'm in. Yamamoto agreed, guys. Dante, I think this is a bad idea. We should think of Dash. Juru suggests. That will be fine. Mina says, I'm not into this boring child's play. Bakugo says, guys, the winner here will be put on a set update with midoriya. Mina says, Bakugo heard. I haven't finished my word yet. Of course, I'm in me too. I'm in Todoroki, hands up, a real man. We'll never lose this contest. Kirishima, me too. B asterisk Tchiros. Kaminari, hey, me too. Put my name on the list. Mineta says, I'm willing to be part of it. Iida says there's hot and an intense aura behind these boys. Oh gosh. Yamamoto says, are they willing to join for fun or for midoriya only? Tokoyami asked, it's obviously for midoriya. Hagakure responds, oh my god. Iida wants it too. Hagakure shocked. Hey guys, it's just for fun. Don't be serious. Uraraka reminded, I'll win this fight. I won't let her date any of this extras. Bakugo says to himself later, they started a contest. Mina, Yamamoto, and Uraraka will be the judges for this play, the volunteer contestant, which is half of their class. Alright, we have rules, no cheating, no fighting, and accept the result. Got it. Mina says to the contestants, now, let's should start. First contestant, Kaminari Denki, Uraraka called. Kaminari walks and stand in front of them. He plays a balloon trick, rolling on a floor laughing, and shape it in different form of things like flowers, elephant, and more. Next, you hits Minoru Mineta. Uraraka called. He made a poet about what attraction to hot ladies. Ugh, that's enough. Mineta, get out. Mina says annoyed, but I'm not done yet. Mineta complained, but he's being pulled out by Tsuyu and Kirishima. Alright, next. Shoto Todoroki. Uraraka called Shoto. Todoroki stands in front of them, everyone waiting, and became silent. Ugh, can I start now? He asked. Yes, you can. Yamamoto responds. Cough. Let it go. Let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go. Let it go. Turn away and slam the door. Todoroki sings Let It Go continuously, while the other classmates, they restrained themselves, and the others couldn't stop laughing. Haha, alright, that's enough. No Todoroki, haha, next. Next. Mina says while trying to stop herself laughing, thank you. Shoto bowed and leaves. He sits next to Tokoyami. That was great, bro, Kaminari says while laughing. Really? Thanks, Todoroki says with no emotion on his face. Next performer, Iida Atinya. Iida stands on the stage holding a pen and bored. He shows a math problem solving that made his classmates confused and get headaches thinking of the answer. That's all. Iida says after he finished it. They all clapped, and the others smiled awkwardly. That was great, Iida-kun. Okay, next, Kirishima, Ijiro. Yamamoto says Kirishima appeared and shows martial art. He learned himself. Uraraka jaw drops and clapped. Whoa, that was cool. Mina says that's how the real man is. Kirishima says and winked. Can you teach me that? Uraraka asked. Sure, I can. Kirishima smiled. Bro, teach us too how to be manly. Kaminari says, and gives a fist bomb to Kirishima. That was a cool performance. Kirishima, no, let's proceed to our last performer, Bakugo Katsuki. Mina called excitedly. The Baku squad, cheering, excited to know and watch his performance. Hurry up, extra, Bakugo called. Okay, here we go. Jiru and Siro carrying his drum set and put in front. Bakugo sits and starts to play. The beat plays Make My Story. Everyone is happy to hear every beat and clapping for Bakugo. Midoriya was in the kitchen. She was getting a cup of water, but interrupted when she heard the music. She decides to take a look behind the wall she was hiding, and it is unexpected for her to see that Bakugo was playing a drum in front of their classmates. When Bakugo finishes and says, told why, I will win this, you extras. Hey, the result hasn't been announced yet. Kaminari asked. Now I'm sure it was me. Mineta proudly says, not happening, bro, that was me. Kaminari argued, now I did the performance and follow the rules. Sure it's me. Kirishima says, oh, that will be me. Are you trying to compete with me? Huh? Bakugo said madly. Yes, we're here for a competition, Bakugo. Don't you know that? Todoroki said in a serious face. Bakugo grabs Todoroki's collar and glares on him. Then why don't we make a real competition right now? Icy hot. Uggies, please stop fighting. Mina says, guys, make them stop, or else I will call Sensei right away. Aoyama panicking, wait, don't do it. Hagakure stopped Aoyama to call Aizawa. Oh gosh, I knew this would happen. Jiru sighed, but Bakugo enough. It isn't fair if you did not follow the rules. Iida says, shut up. My game. My rules. And I always be on top of it. Bakugo yelled, gosh, you guys don't be so immature right now. Mineta says, what did you say? Huh. Bakugo says, angry eek. I'll help me. Mineta run and hide behind Siro and Kaminari. This is a bad idea. I will call Sensei, Aoyama says, and ran out from the dorm. Hagakure follows after him. Guys, please stop, Uraraka says. Bakugo, please. That's enough. This isn't right, though. You think she will like to see you like this. Kirishima says near on his ear to make him calm down. Bakugo stops and sits. Tell US Mina, who's the lucky one that will date midoriya? Mineta asked. Midoriya flinched after she heard it, while she was still behind the wall. Are they fighting and competing over me? But why? Midoriya cried. Well, you hits. Mina, announcing Midoriya accidentally bumped into a vase and fell on the floor. Everyone on the living room flinched and looks there, they all shocked that it was midoriya. She was in tears and staring at them. Deku and Uraraka called midoriya, let me explain. Mina says midoriya cried and ran upstairs going back to her bedroom. You guys should fix it. I think she heard everything, Sai. I told you it was really a bad idea, Jiru says, and go to the kitchen to get water. Come on, let's go talk to her, Uraraka says. I'm afraid. She's mad at me right now, Mina cried. She's mad at us. We will talk to her. Jiru says she hears everything, then we'll go with you and apologize to her. Iida says, it's the first time that I will agree on 4 eyes. We'll go with you, raccoon face. Bakugo says. Mina, nodding, smiling, and wiping her tears. Those who were involved in the game went upstairs to talk to midoriya. As they arrived in front of midoriya's room, should we knock? Kaminari asked. You go first and talk to her. Mina says, ugh, why me? I think you're the one who should be the first to apologize to her, Mina. Kaminari argued. He has a point, you're the one, Mineta. Yeah, shut up. I know that. Mina pushes Kaminari away. She sighs and knocks on the door. And midoriya, can we talk? Mina asked. Deku-kun, we're sorry. Uraraka says no response. Bakugo pushes them, and he knocks on the door. Oi, are you there? We all want to talk to you right now. I know you are mad, but can you at least give us a chance to explain? Bakugo begs, still no response. Bakugo touches the doorknob, and it's not locked. Their eyes widened. Iida nodded, telling Bakugo to open it. Bakugo slowly opened the door, and they saw no one inside this room. They saw only the empty bed, study table, cabinets, and All Might figures there. Where is she? Kirishima asked. She's not here. I thought she went to her bedroom. Mina says. Bakugo saw the balcony door slightly opened. He went there and checked it. Then he saw midoriya there, crying on her knees at the corner. Bakugo signed to them that midoriya's right there. They went there and saw midoriya. Deku-kun, Uraraka called. Mina gets near and kneels on the floor next to midoriya. Izumi, we're sorry. I didn't ask permission to you. I know it's my fault that I made fun of you. I thought it was a good idea. Forgive me, she cried and apologized. Izumi looks at her, sobs. Why did you make them compete over me? Sniff. It hurts that I feel like you guys treat me like a prize or something. Hick, sob. It hurts. She says, crying. I know. I am sorry. Hick. I know it's a bad idea. I didn't even think about your feelings. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Mina sobs, begging to midoriya. We're sorry too, midoriya. Please forgive us, Kirishima says. Midoriya is still crying. She looks at Mina and help her stand. I forgive you now. Please just don't do it again. Midoriya forgives them. I will promise. Thank you. Sobs, Mina says and hugs midoriya. She hugs her back while they are wiping each other's tears and smiles. I will forgive you all, just don't repeat it, midoriya said to others. We will, they responds and smiles. They all laugh and go back to the living room. Do you guys want pancakes with strawberry on top? Yamamo asks. Sure, we love it, Hagakure responds. The others nodded. Mina's seats next to midoriya. Hey, you hit the girl talk. Don't be mad on my question, please. What question do you want to ask? Midoriya says, welp, I want to ask what type of man do you want to date? Mina asked. The boys eavesdrop on their conversation. No, we already talk about this. Midoriya blushes. I know, but it's not a game, Anna Maria. It's just I want to know about your type, Mina responds. Ugwaloo, I don't know, I'm not sure. Mina dragged midoriya to the dining table. The boys secretly followed them and eavesdrop not, letting themselves get caught. Bakugo grabs an apple and sits not too far from them, acting like he didn't care. Todoroki and Kaminari wiping the table. Kirishima steal Uraraka's vacuum. Hey, what the dash? Uraraka annoyed. Let me borrow this for a moment. Kirishima begs. Fine. Uraraka let him and grabbed the garbage bags. Mineta talks to a plant like he cares, but it's really not. Iida helping Yamamoto, Ojiro, and Shiro wiping and cleaning the window. So what type of man you want to date? Mina asked. It's complicated for me to answer that question, Mina. You know I am a boy before, and I don't know what the girl tastes when it comes to choosing the type of man, Midoriya answered. Oh right, you have a point, but it's just an hypothetical question. Don't worry, Mina asked. It looks real to you, Midoriya chuckled. No, I swear. Mina says, I'm fine, maybe a gentleman. Kind, smart, strong with a heart and attractive. Midoriya thinks, tell me who's your type in our class. Mina asked. Chuckled. The boys get more interested in hearing it. What? Mina, I can't answer that, Izumi says. Oh, come on, it's just the two of us. We're all biz, no one's gonna hear it, except me, Mina chuckled. I don't know. They were all kind and close to me. Midoriya responds, shy, you like them all? Mina asked. Not all, but few of them, maybe. Izuka blushed. Sand covers her face with her bare hands. I'm sure. Mineta, it's not involved. Mina chuckled. Mineta disappointed. You're out, bro, Shiro whispered, laughing. That's okay, bro. We're here for you. Kaminari laughed, secretly with Shiro. Let's just wait to hear more, Kirishima says, whispered to the three of them. Let's see on the list, though, you like Kaminari, Shiro, and Kirishima. Mina asked, why are you asking me that? Midoriya blushes shyly. Just tell me why. Mina chuckled. Fine. Shiro is kind to me, and I was with him few of our mission in our class. Let's say he's a friend for me, and for Uraraka. Midoriya smiled. Mineta, Kirishima, and Kaminari laughed. What now? You're out too? Mineta says to Shiro. So I'm just a friend, Shiro cried. Kaminari is a kind one, and his jokes really makes me laugh much. I think he likes Jiruso. He's just a friend to me. Midoriya chuckled. Kirishima, Mineta, and Shiro laughed at Kaminari. No, Howie. Kaminari cried silently. How about Kirishima? Mina asked. I think you're the one who liked him, Midoriya teased. No, he's my best friend. He's kind me too, and we've known each other since we were in middle school. Mina says, oh, you both just like me, and Kaken. Midoriya chuckled. So, you who like him? Mina asked, smirking. Maybe he's on my list. Izumi blushes. Oh my gosh, why? Mina chuckled. It's because he is strong with a heart, and, gentlemen, he's kind of attractive too. Izumi blushes from embarrassment. Kirishima jaw drops and blushes. Shiro, Kaminari, and Mineta glaring at him, and jealous. Unfair, bro. Kaminari glared. Hey, it's not my fault that I'm on one of her lists, Kirishima says. So how about Iida-kun and Todoroki? Mina asked. Iida is nice and smart, but I think studying is his priority, and I guess he likes Uraraka. So, maybe he's a friend to me. Midoriya answered Iida's side and smiled, looking at her. I understand your decision. I respect you. Hey, Iida, can you get the honey and salt there? Yamamoto says, pointing at the cabinet. Yeah. Here, Iida grabs the ingredients and gives them to Yamamoto. You look distracted. Are you okay? Yamamoto asked. Oh, sorry, I'm okay, don't worry. Iida chuckled. Todoroki, he's attractive, innocent, and kind of also like Kirishima. He don't know. Midoriya says, is he on your list? Mina asked. Well, Midoriya blushes again. Oh my gosh, I knew it. Mina laughed. Don't laugh, okay, I mean it. He's handsome. Midoriya laughed and slapping Mina's shoulder. So he caught all the girls here. Mina chuckled. What? You have a crush on him? Midoriya gasped. Not love. Actually, it's just he's strong, you know. Mina chuckled. Oh, Todoroki heard it and blushes slightly. Midoriya likes me. He looks at Bakugo and Kirishima, and they glaring on each other now. Last, how about Bakugo? Mina asked, smirking face. Kaken. Why him? Midoriya blushes more. I just want to know if you have slight feelings to him. Mina says, we both grown up together, I think. He just treated me like a friend or a rival. Midoriya looks down. Bakugo looks at Midoriya secretly and continuing to hear it. Rival and friend, but when I did the competition, I think he is willing to have you or date you. Mina says, what? Date me? That's impossible. He doesn't like me at all, but you like him. Mina asked in serious face. Midoriya looks at Mina and then looks down. I adore him when we were kids, but after on middle school, I don't know anymore. Bakugo looks at her and remember the time he bullies him and pushing him away. You're a girl now. Midoriya, do you feel anything towards him? Look, don't you notice he has been so close to you, and you both talking comfortably next to each other? Since you turn like that, Mina reminds. I know that Midoriya responds. Then why can't you say about your true feelings? Mina asked Bakugo sits not too far from them, and he want to hear everything. I can't say I don't even understand what I feel I can say straight, because I know I like them like what I said about Todoroki and Kirishima, but I am not sure. Midoriya explained. Izumi, you should figure it out. Try to talk to him. Mina says, talk to Kaken. Both will dash. Midoriya looks down. Aizawa entered the dorm, checking its students. Any concerns? Aizawa asked to them. Nothing, sensei, they respond. Midoriya, how are you today? Aizawa asked. I'm good, sensei. Izumi answered. Did they bullied you? No. Sensei. Izuku smiles. All right, we have classes and training tomorrow, so don't be late. Aizawa says, and leave. Yes, sensei, they all said. So what do you think now? Mina asked to Midoriya. I don't know. Midoriya responds. Night. Everyone goes to their bedrooms and sleep. Izumi could not sleep, so he decided to go downstairs and get something to eat. After she grabbed an apple, she gasped when saw Katsuki there sitting at the chair at the dining table. Oh my God. It was you scared me. Izuku sighed. Bakugo walks towards her and stare. I want to apologize for everything. He says, Wouldn't mind. I already forgave you, Kaken. Midoriya chuckled. You haven't forgiven me yet. That's why you still can't understand. Bakugo says, what are you saying? Oh, let's just go to sleep. Midoriya chuckled. I'm not going to push you away again. Deku, why are you saying these things? Deku asked, confused. Don't act like you don't know what I'm saying. Deku. Bakugo holds Midoriya's left hand. Kaken. Midoriya asked, I like you, Deku. Bakugo says. Midoriya's eyes widened and gasped. Why me? Why you hate me, right? Midoriya responds. They both stare at each other. Forgive me for everything, Izumi. Bakugo says. Kaken. Izumi staring at Katsuki. Bakugo was about to hug her, but Izumi pushes him away and ran upstairs. Oi, Deku. Bakugo called and followed after her. Deku was about to close the door, but Bakugo stopped her. Kaken, I want to sleep. Jay, just go to your bedroom now. Izumi says. Bakugo entered her bedroom and closed the door behind him. Then he looked at Midoriya. I want to know your answer, Izumi. Bakugo said. Kaken, it's too sudden for me to answer that. Izumi looks down, blushing. Look at me and tell the answer. Dim in it. I heard it you like that half in half and shitty hair. Then what about me? Bakugo asked. Why you heard it? Izumi gasped and sits on her bed. She's covering her face with her bare hands. She's so embarrassed. Izumi, Bakugo called and sat next to her. I can't sleep because it makes me think about what you says earlier. I want to know something that came from your own words. That's why I'm asking you this. Izumi looks at Bakugo. I don't understand what I feel to you. After many times you treated me just as your rival, and you always keep pushing me away. Izumi responds, resting her chin on her knees, sitting on her bed. That's why I'm apologizing right now, Izumi. Bakugo says, and stare at her blushing. Kaken. Bakugo flinches and wants to hear what answer it is. I like you when we were kids. I know I was a boy at that time, and I know it is weird, but that's what I really feel, and I can't show it to you. Because I know you would hate me if you knew that I know you hated me. That's why I'm not pushing myself to you after you bullied me. I don't know anymore what I feel to you. Izumi cried, explaining her answer. Bakugo understands her reason, and now he blames himself for being the one who pushes someone close to him. He regrets doing that to Izuku. I can't blame you if you turn off on me because of that. I understand. Bakugo says, it's not that I turn off to you, Kaken. I just didn't understand myself yet. Izumi sits properly and looks at Bakugo. When I'm with you, my heart's shaking like crazy, and I feel awkward when you near me. Since we began talking and close again, she blushes and looks down on her knees. Bakugo stare at her. Izumi, he called. That makes Izumi looks back at him. Bakugo touches her cheeks and closes his face to her. Izumi's eyes widened when she felt Bakugo's lips on her. Bakugo kisses her and slowly back away after that. Kaken. Izumi blushes and stares. I want to know your clear answer to me. Bakugo blushed, saying an eye to eye on her. Izumi remembers how Bakugo began to become more closest to him since after he knew about his quirk, and became more close and protects her. When she became a girl, Bakugo is still staring at her, waiting for an answer. Kakin. Izumi blushes, staring at Katsuki. I love you, Izumi answered, and began to cry. Bakugo hearts jumped from happiness hearing that word from Izuku, but when he saw Izumi, she was crying right now. Oi. Stop crying, Bakugo says. Kakin, I love you, I always will. Hick. I'm sorry, Izumi cried like a baby. Bakugo smirks and smiles. He then wipes Izumi's tears. Say it again. Bakugo chuckled to midoriya with his both hands on midoriya's cheeks. I love you, Kakin, Izumi cried. Bakugo smiles and hugs her. I love you too, Deku. Izumi hugs him back. They let go and look at each other. Can I? Bakugo asked. Izumi smiled and didn't say anything. She then kissed Bakugo passionately. After that, they let go and caught their breath. They both laughed and smiled at each other. So, you are mine now, an official, Bakugo teased Izumi. Blushes and nodded, smiling. Yeah, I knew it. Bakugo screamed on happiness and excitedly. Kakin, they're asleep. Izumi chuckled, stopping Bakugo to it's like I care to them. I want to celebrate having you as my girlfriend, Bakugo says, and smirking. Kakin, go to your bedroom now and sleep with your classes tomorrow. Izumi says, I want to sleep here, Bakugo responds. Kakin, I say Joe, back to your bedroom. Now do you want me to break up with you because of this? Izumi says on angry tone and glared at Katsuki. Fine, I'll see you tomorrow, nerd. Katsuki says, smiling, patting her head. Before he leaves Izumi's bedroom, Izumi giggled and screamed in happiness on her pillow. There's a message popped on her phone, and she reads it. Bakugo, I can hear you, nerd. Go to sleep. Izumi, yeah. I know, good night. Bakugo, yeah. Good night, puppy face, blowing a kiss. Izumi, don't call me that. Expressionless face. Bakugo, no, I wanted zany face. Izumi giggled. She then lays on her bed and sleeps. Morning, same habit. Few of class 1. I woke up to prepare for school and training. Bakugo wake up early to prepare and went to Midoriya's room. It's unlocked. He enters there, but she wasn't there. He quickly went to the living room using the elevator. When he arrives there, Bakugo sees the others are already there eating their breakfast. Hey, Bakugo, get your breakfast there. Kirishima says, don't tell me what to do. I know that. Bakugo says and gets his food. It's a pancake, honey and butter and top, and a hot coffee. Where's Deku? He asked to Kaminari and Kirishima, seating next to them. I think she's still in the bathroom with Uraraka and Azui. Kaminari answered, good morning. Uraraka, greetings to all of those who are already there. Here's your breakfast. Mina gives the food to Uraraka. Midoriya and Azui followed after her. Then she sits next to Uraraka and Azui. Bakugo quickly finishes his food and brushes teeth. That's fast, Kaminari says. Why is he acting like that? He's not like that before. Kirishima, confused. I think he's in a rush or something. Siro interferes and eats breakfast. Hey, Izumi, can you help me clean our kitchen? Yamamo says, sure, let me wash the dishes. Izumi says, and covers herself with an apron. Yamamo started to clean the tables and gather all the things she used on cooking. While Midoriya washing the dishes, Bakugo interfere her and steal the plate from her. Kakin, let me do it. Go brush your teeth now. Bakugo claimed Baku Squad noticed and shocked on Bakugo's action and attitude this morning. Am I dreaming? Is it Bakugo helping Midoriya right now? Mina asked to them. That's surprising. Well, all I know is Bakugo's letting him do his stuff and chores all by himself. But now I am surprised. Siro says. Kirishima became jealous while watching Bakugo helping Midoriya. Midoriya put the ingredients on the refrigerator one by one carefully and organized it. Bakugo interfere her again and took all the stuff and help her. Why is he doing this? Kaminari chuckled. Even the others noticed the same way too. I'm not sure, but I think he's trying to have a close connection and get all Midoriya's attention only to him, Mina says to them. Kirishima and Todoroki stands up and interfere. Both of them, can I help you with that? Kirishima asked to Midoriya. Midoriya, do you need help? Todoroki asked. Oh, we're fine now, it's almost done. Midoriya says, smiling and then closing the refrigerator. They both nodded while Bakugo smirking behind her. That makes both of them annoyed and more jealous. Everyone did their chores. All right, let's go to school now, Iida said to everyone. At the school hallway, the others are already inside. Uraraka, Bakugo, Midoriya, and Aoyama are the only who are still outside their classroom. Oi, wait, Bakugo called Midoriya and fixed a ribbon on her hair. Uraraka and Aoyama noticed. You two are acting like you were in a relationship, Aoyama teased. We are. Bakugo responds, smirking. Oh my gosh, Aoyama shocked. What? Really? Is that true, Deku? Uraraka asking. Why, yes, Uraraka-san, it's true. Midoriya responds, blushing. Bakugo holds her hand and shows it to the two. Oh, that's sweet. My ship sailed, Aoyama says. Keep it, Bakugo glared. You were promised, Uraraka, and Aoyama says, get inside now. Aizawa called to them, and they goes inside the classroom laughing. Why are you laughing, Aoyama? Hagakure asked. Oh, nothing. Aoyama winked. Aizawa stands in front of class one. We will have a night prom tomorrow night to celebrate the anniversary of our academy. Everyone is shocked and happy to know the announcement. Class 1B to D will be joined, also the Big Three and the Pro Heroes guests. I expected of you all to have a professional behavior and don't cause a ruckus on event. Everyone are free to go shopping outside this school to prepare your attire on this upcoming prom. You all should gather only in one shop or mall, and we'll secure your safety with all the security and the police that will follow each section. I will be dismissed the training today. You're all free now to prepare for the occasion tomorrow. The class went to their dorm and talk about the event. Guys, let's go to the mall now and go shopping, Mina says excitedly. What are you planning to wear, bro? Kaminari asked. Not sure. The cheap one, I guess. I have to look something that will fit me well, Kirishima responds. Well, I'm excited to see every girl's wearing those hot dresses. Mineta grins. Tisich, you pervert. Mina, disgusted. Bakugo sits next to them. Hey, what's your plan? Siro asked. Plan for what? On the event, bro. We have to find a partner. Siro said. Wait, partner. Is that required? Kaminari asked. Not really. Sensei sighed. If you just want it. I heard the other sections are looking for their own partners for the event. Mina says. Kirishima stands and went to Midoriya. Hey, do you need something? Midoriya asked. No. Oh, well, yeah. I want to ask if I can be your partner for the event. Kirishima asked shyly. I wanted to, but Kakin already proposed that to me. Midoriya says. Hallway, Midoriya answered. Oh, I don't know that. Kirishima disappointed on himself and go back to his seat. What happened? Kaminari asked. She said Bakugo already asked her to be her partner. Kirishima says, glaring at Bakugo. How? When? Bakugo say, what's going on now between you and Midoriya? Mina asked to Bakugo. It's none of your business. Raccoon face. Bakugo smirks and GH. Come on, tell us, Mina grumbled. It's dash. Bakugo cut when they heard a loud noise from a broken glass. They all checked the kitchen. They saw Midoriya there, and her hands are bleeding. Todoroki quickly helps her stand, get the medical kit. Hurry. Yamamoto opened the cabinet on the living room and get the medical kit. She ran to the kitchen and gives it to Todoroki. I am fine, Todoroki, let me do it myself. Izuku says, no, you're not okay. Let me just help you this time. Todoroki says, out of the way. Let me handle it. Bakugo pushes Todoroki away. Hey, I'm helping her. What is wrong with you? Todoroki says. Bakugo carried Izuku to the living room and made her sit on the couch. Kakin. Don't be rude to him, just trying to help me. Midoriya says, I don't care, just quiet, and let me do it. Bakugo covering her wounds. Yeah. Todoroki didn't do anything wrong. Mina says they all watching Bakugo and Midoriya. They're there. It's Donnie eyes. It still hurt. Bakugo asked, no, I'm okay now. Midoriya responds. Are you trying to show off and get her attention? Bakugo, you should not push Todoroki that way. That's rude. Mineta says, Tisich, it's not a show off and getting her attention, you grape juice. I care because she's my girlfriend. Bakugo yelled. Everyone shocked, flushed face, astonished face. They all said. Midoriya holds Bakugo's arm. Kakin doesn't yell at him. It's our fault that we didn't tell them early to hear that. No one should take advantage and touch her. Bakugo warned the boys and cleaned the broken glass. I asked forgiveness to everyone for how he behaved because of me. Sorry, Toga. And Midoriya bowed to everyone. It's fine, Midoriya. He has a reason. Todoroki says. Midoriya smiled. Mineta, forgive him for yelling at you. Mineta blushes. It's okay, don't worry. It's not a big deal. Bakugo glared at him. All right, let's go to the mall now. Yamamoto says, breaking the topic. Everyone nodded and prepared to leave. At the mall, they separated on looking around the mall, so they have free to choose what they want. The girls walked around together, while boys split in a half group. Let's go start to purchase a bow tie. Before we proceed to buy trousers and sleeves, Iida leads. We're done. I bought red sleeves with rose details on the side and black trousers. Kirishima says Bakugo bought black corset with a white roses details on the both side, dark blue sleeves, a gold tie, and black trousers. Zero and Kaminari bought the same color white blouses but have different detail designs, a yellow tie, and black trousers. Oh, I bought mine too, both white blouses and trousers, blue sleeves and red tie. Todoroki says, you guys are so fast when it comes to this, Mineta, because you don't have any idea in fashion. Oyama teased. Ugh. Just help me look for myself, Mineta cried. I'm hungry. Can we eat before we proceed to buy shoes and accessories? Kaminari says, yes, sure, but we should wait for the girls first. Iida says, there they are. Tokoimi says, pointing his thumb on the girls behind his back. Hey, you guys are done? Mina asked. Almost, but the others are not sure what they were going to buy for themselves. Kirishima answered. Oh, I see. Hey, you're only here with Yamamo, Azui, and Hagakure. Where's Izumi and Uraraka? Shiro asked, noticing the two weren't there with them. Oh, we left them for now at the gown and dressing shop. It's difficult for them to find something to wear at the prom, Yamamo explained. I heard Uraraka is going to choose the pink gown, and midoriya will have difficult options to choose if it's the white, orange, gold, or the black one. Well, when she tried all of it, it all looks fit on her. Hagakure says, really? You helped her in the fitting room? Mina asked, of course. I suggest you should choose the white or orange. Hagakure says, HEY. We're here. Uraraka called to them, seeing them on the second floor. Come down here. Shiro says, waving his hand to Uraraka and midoriya. Uraraka nodded and go down with midoriya. We're done. We bought high heels and accessories too. Uraraka says, how about you, midoriya? Mineta asked. Midoriya didn't respond. She looked scared and looking for someone around. Just hey, midoriya. Kaminari called. That makes her flinches and look at them. Huh, what? You okay? Todoroki asked. Why, yeah, I'm okay. She responded, let's go to a place that we can eat. Mina says everyone nodded and find a fast food. They ordered futomaki, sushi, and Tokushima ramen. This is so good, Kaminari says after finishing his food. I told you, their food tastes different. Aoyama says Bakugo noticed midoriya didn't order anything. She was been wool gathering. Deku. Bakugo called, and midoriya looks at him. Why didn't you order something to eat? I am not in the mood to eat anything, Kakin. She responds here, eat this, I will order another one for myself. Bakugo says, Kakin, no need. I don't have an appetite to eat right now. You've been staring into nothing. Is there something's bothering you? Bakugo asked, worried. No, nothing, I am just tired. Izumi says Bakugo want to know what's her problem. He finished the food and took his bag. Let's go home. Bakugo told midoriya, and they stood up to leave. Everyone noticed. Hey, where are you going? Kirishima asked both of them. We're not done yet on buying things we need. Shiro says we're going back to UA now. She's tired, Bakugo explained, and pulled midoriya's hand, leaving the fast food restaurant. They took a taxi and arrived at the UA dorm. Safely, midoriya sits on the couch, and Bakugo puts the paper bags on the table. We shouldn't leave them there, midoriya says. Just let them do what they want there. It's honestly boring to stay and shop there with them. Bakugo looks at her and holds her hand, laying both on each other's knees. Tell me what's the problem? Bakugo asks calmly. It's nothing, Kakin. Izumi says, please tell me. Izumi looks down and lays her head on Bakugo's shoulder. Kakin, I don't feel well right now. Izumi says. Bakugo touches her head, but it's not hot or a fever. Are you sure? But I can see it's not a fever or any. Bakugo says, it's not what I meant, Kakin. It's Izumi says, it's about Shigaraki. Bakugo shocks. You saw him. Yes, I was with Uraraka fitting our dress when we were done. After I used the comfort room, I saw him. He's at the mall. He's watching and smiled at me. Izumi says in a serious tone, why didn't you tell us? I'll make them panic and scared if I told them. I have a bad feeling, Kakin. I'm not sure, but we have to be alert and prepared. I think he's targeting me. Izumi guess. I won't let them get near you. I'll tell All Might about this. Bakugo, Kakin. Izumi smiled and hugged Bakugo. Felt that she's trembling in fear. He pats her head and hugs back. He is worrying and thinking of what will happen and what the V is planning to midoriya. He then let go of the hug and felt Izuku asleep on his shoulder. TCH. She's seriously tired. Bakugo smirks and carried midoriya. He put her on his bed and used a blanket to cover her. Izuku pulled him cacant leave, hugging his arms. Bakugo smiled and sleeps next to her. The prom night, everyone is busy preparing themselves. The celebration will be held inside the gymnasium, while the guests, students, and teachers gradually arrive at the event. A few of Class 1A arrives there with the other section. You're wearing a nice dress. Where did you buy that? Mina asks Kendo, who's wearing a green Emerald Empire waist dress. My mom made this for me. It's appealing, isn't it? Kendo replied. Bakugo entered with Mineta, Kaminari, Shiro, and Kirishima. They gasped except Bakugo. They saw a lot of people inside. Of course, the hot and pretty ladies caught Mineta's and Kaminari's attention. Hey, our seats and tables are there, Kirishima says, pointing to others who are already there at their own seats. Bakugo nodded and followed Kirishima. Well, look at that, you both look hot on that suit. Mina says. Bakugo wearing a white blouse topped by a black corset that has blue roses designed on both sides of his waist and a black pants, while Kirishima is wearing red lounge suit with a yellow tie. This is not what you bought yesterday. Where did you get that? Yamamoto asked to them. Parents delivered it for me. Bakugo changed and bought that last night. Kirishima answered. Present mic goes up on the stage and stands in front of all. All right, attention, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming to this event of the celebration of the anniversary of our school. Let's enjoy the party. He said. The rock music begins. Many of the students gathered and danced along with the others in the middle of the gymnasium. They're all having fun. Bakugo is waiting for midoriya, but she's not there yet. Hey, where's Izumi? Todoroki asked because he noticed it too. I don't know. I think she's still in our dorm, Bakugo answered. She's with Uraraka and Iida. Don't worry. As we interfere, Uraraka entered the gymnasium with Iida, and midoriya. The other boys from the other class were shocked and mesmerized seeing midoriya's beauty. Who's that? I don't know. Let's go dance with her. She's pretty. Mina noticed the three of them. She then went to her squad and interfered with their conversation. She thugged Bakugo's sleeves. Ugh, what is it? Raccoon face. Bakugo annoyed. Your princess is here. Your Highness, Mina chuckled. Whose princess are you talking about? Bakugo cut. When he looks at midoriya, she's wearing a long dress, blue-colored with roses details, and blue high heels. His jaw drops, and his face blushes, seeing how appealing she is. Midoriya went to him and smiled. Kakin, did something's wrong? Am I? Midoriya asked, confused. Why, you're, Bakugo says, blushing. Just tell her. She's pretty. Mina teasing Bakugo. Midoriya asked again. Why, you're appealing. Midoriya. Todoroki interferes. That makes Bakugo glared at him. Oh, thank you, Todoroki-kun. Izuku smiled and blushed. Bakugo holds Midoriya's hands and let her sit next to him. You're gorgeous. I never thought you were an expert when it comes to this, Bakugo says, smirking. It's not me. It's Yaoyorozu and Uraraka. They helped me, Midoriya responds. The music changes into a romantic song. Everyone looking for their partner, asking each girls to dance. Bakugo held his hand. Do you want to dance? He glared. Is that all your best words, to ask a girl like me to dance? Deku chuckled, smirking. Ugh, fine, Izumi. Midoriya. Kara, would you like to dance with me? Bakugo blushed shyly. Midoriya giggled and accepted Bakugo's hand. He take Midoriya in the middle of crowd. He slowly takes Midoriya's hand, putting her left hand on his chest and the right hand on his hands. He then put his right hand on Midoriya's waist. They both gaze at each other and start dancing. The Baku squad and the others were done dancing and go back to their tables. Guys, look at that, Kaminari called them, and pointing Midoriya and Bakugo dancing together. Is this real? Mina jaw drops. It's surprising. Seeing them like this, Jaira chuckled. I want to dance with Midoriya too. Mineta pouted. Don't ruin it. Mineta, let them enjoy their time together. Shiro says everyone is busy dancing, and the others are done. Meanwhile, Bakugo and Midoriya just ignore what's around them and keep dancing, making the most of every minute of the music. And the atmosphere between the two of them, they didn't feel and notice they were the only ones left in the middle dancing. All those present have their eyes on them, and they're happy watching them together, especially their classmates and teachers. Bakugo looks at Midoriya. I apologize for what I did before, Deku for the things I said, and the bad things I did to you, midoriya smiled. It's all right, Kakin. I forgive you. In the flow of appealing music, Bakugo tears up and couldn't stop himself, kissing midoriya on the lips. Midoriya also returned it and hugged Bakugo tightly. Everyone watching them was amazed at what happened. When that was over, they separated from each other and hugged again. Everyone clapped, supporting them. Oh my God, I forgot we were still here. Midoriya blushes from embarrassment. These extras are jealous, Bakugo says, smirking. Midoriya smiles, and they both hold their hands and go back to their table. Bakubro, you're so manly, Kirishima says, supporting both of them. What was that, huh? What was that? Mina teased Bakugo. Oh, shut up, raccoon face. Bakugo, annoyed. Midoriya laughed at them because they teasing Bakugo non-stop. Eri went to Midoriya. You're pretty. Eri says, oh, thank you, Eri. Do you want me to get a snack for both of us? Midoriya says. Eri nodded. I want candy apple there. Oh, sure. Let's go there and get one for you, Midoriya says, and walk with Eri. They went to a table where different types of food and drinks were placed. Everyone is busy dancing, having their own businesses. To their surprise, the whole gymnasium shook, and the lights broke. A warp gate appeared in the center, and a large Nomu appeared with an octopus tentacle in its right hand. Because of that, everyone is panicking and scared. Everyone, get out now, Aizawa said to all. They screamed and then run outside. The pro teachers used their quirks to stop the Nomu from attacking. They all ended up being flown and thrown away inside. Nizu and the other pro heroes helping the students to get out. The big three assisted the guests, and the other to go to the safety area. The teachers are trying their best to stop the Nomu. Is everyone here? Iida checking all his classmates, everyone checking each other. Then Bakugo noticed she's holding the wrong girl. Bakugo let go of his hand. WTF. Hey, I didn't tell you to grab and take me, idiot. The random girl says and walks away. Wait, Deku is not here yet. Bakugo says she's not with us. Uraraka says, worrying, I need to go back. Her quirk is not coming back yet. Bakugo says and runs, going back to the gymnasium. Wait, Bakugo, come back. It's too dangerous. Iida says Izumi was stuck behind the broken wall. She pushed it and ran away. When he got out, he saw the Nomu that the teachers were now fighting. Nomu looked to one side corner, and Izumi was surprised to see Eri there, who was crying out of fear. Eri was about to be hit by a tentacle, but Izumi caught it, and she was being thrown against a wall, causing her to lose consciousness. Midoriya, all might have seen what happened. Aizawa quickly carried Eri and passed it to 18 to bring her to a safe area. All Might dodged the tentacles, trying to get near at Midoriya. When the Nomu saw Midoriya, the Nomu remembered the details, what Shigaraki told him. Get that girl and bring her to us. The Nomu hit All Might, throwing him away, and took Midoriya. All Might screamed, trying to save Midoriya. Bakugo arrives and sees what's happening. The Nomu was holding and carrying Midoriya. Bakugo gets mad and activates his quirk. Let go of her, you butt. Bakugo yelled and attacked the Nomu. A blast of his explosion, the Nomu felt the pain and let go Midoriya. Aizawa catches Midoriya and get down to give her to Bakugo and All Might. Deku. Bakugo held his arms to carry Midoriya. Take her to a safe area now. All Might says. The Nomu roared, screaming in pain, and glared at them the way Nomu looks at Midoriya. Bakugo noticed the Nomu's target and motive here. He then remembered what Midoriya says earlier about Shigaraki. When she saw at the mall, Bakugo eyes widen. That extra. He wants to get Deku. Bakugo says, what? How do you know? Are you sure? All Might says. The other pro heroes eavesdropped. I am sure of it. I know it was Tamura's order to get her. DKU told me. She saw Shigaraki earlier. Bakugo explained, so that Nomu's motive is Midoriya. Cementos said the Nomu attacked them and made them separate. Bakugo, who was carrying Midoriya, and now ran outside and was followed by Nomu. He is right. The Nomu following and attacking them. Nizu says, everyone, protect Bakugo and Midoriya. Aizawa says to everyone, and they all attacked the Nomu. Bakugo ran outside and hit on the bush with Midoriya. Midoriya wakes up and feels pain. Deku, do you feel any pain? Bakugo asked, worried. I feel dizzy and my back hurts. Kakin, we'll get out here later. Not for now, Bakugo says WI. That Nomu. He's targeting you, Bakugo explained. What? What now? Izumi asked worriedly. Aizawa told the others now, we should hide here for now. And wait for them, they're trying their best to stop that extra, Bakugo says. Izumi cried. I wish I could do anything to help them, aside from being useless. I'm being targeted now, hic, sob. It's my fault. Hey, don't say that, it's not your fault. Bakugo said, and holds Midoriya's hands and wipe her tears. He then hugged her to make her stop crying. The Nomu caught and cornered by the pro heroes, and the police. It is locked inside the metal cage. Court proof and taken. Bakugo and midoriya is still hiding on the bush, letting her asleep on his lap. All Might look for them and find them there. Is it done? Bakugo questioned. All Might nodded. I am glad. Everyone is safe and okay. How is she? She keeps blaming herself and her quirk, but it's all okay now. Bakugo says, let's go back now. All Might says. Bakugo carried midoriya in a bride style and went back to the dorm. The pro heroes strictly forbid the students to go out. Because of the incident last night, midoriya was worried about her classmates and also for herself, as she was targeted by villains. The pro heroes gathered in faculty to talk about it. Everyone should be alert and be aware of your surroundings. We don't know what their next plan is. Nizu said. Midoriya is like a bomb here we were keeping. Once the villain catches and takes her, it will cause a big war between us against them. I think we should put her in a safe place where we can monitor her. Best Jeanist added. You mean? Keep and lock her in a room. Midnight asked, worried. That's too much if we did it to her. She's a student here. I can suggest. We should put CCTV cameras around here. That'll be a better idea. All Might agreed. Miss Midnight was right. We'll put the CCTV footage around, inside and outside of their dorm. Nizu added, but while doing that, we should figure out what's their motive and why are they targeting midoriya. Aizawa says. All Might became serious and silent because he knows what the villain's motive, her quirk. All Might say, what? How are you sure about that? Nizu asked. The pro heroes looked at him in serious and confused expression. All Might have been thinking this and have decided to tell the truth to them. You all remembered when I resigned and lose my quirk against All for One. All Might asked and they nodded. My quirk wasn't just a normal quirk. I inherited it from our ancestors. We just passed it using our knock all at One for All. Wait, you mean you passed your quirk to her? Midnight confirming. Midoriya. She's my new successor and the new owner of One for All. It's the strongest quirk that All for One wanted to steal and claim to destroy the world. All Might explained. She's the new symbol. Nizu says. All Might nodded. She's still learning her quirk. We still need to protect her now. That's explain why you're so close to her. Aizawa smirks. All Might chuckled. I treated her like my child. Now we know their motive. We'll have to prepare and protect the students as we can, mostly midoriya. Nizu says. The pro heroes nodded in a serious expression. At the door, midoriya was sitting on the couch quietly. The girls noticed it and went towards her. Hey, Deku, are you okay? Uraraka worried. Why, yeah, I'm okay, don't worry, Midoriya stuttered. You seemed quiet this whole time. It's obvious you're not okay. Jara says, I was just to read a guess. Tired. It looks like you're worried and thinking about what happened last night. Mina says. Izuka looks down with a sad expression. If I stay here, they will probably attack the UA and everyone will get hurt. Izuka worried. We don't need to be protected. If we get hurt, it was not your fault. Uraraka says. Izuka looks at the boys too with a sad and worried expression. But I put everyone in danger. Izuku tears up. Izuka, don't cry, don't blame yourself. You have nothing to do about it. Hagakure says. The boys walks towards the girls. Hey, did you make Izuka cry? Mineta says. We're not. She just keep blaming herself. Mina says. Bakugo sits next to Midoriya and held her hands. There's nothing to worry about us. You shall not blame yourself for this. We're all victim here, Bakugo says, but Kak and Izuku sobs. If they attacked us, we'll fight together. And win this, we won't let them take you away, Bakugo added. Izuka nodded and wiped her tears. All Might entered the dorm. Midoriya, I talked to you. Izuka nodded and excused herself from everyone. Bakugo and the others watched her leaving the dorm with All Might. After an hour, the class 1A was eating a lunch. Then suddenly Nizu and the pro heroes came and the students huddle around. Where's Midoriya? Nizu asked. She's with All Might. Yamamo says. What? I'm not with her, I'm with them the whole time. All Might says, appearing behind Aizawa, but All Might pick her up here, and you wanted to talk to her. Mina says, wait, I was with him the whole time. I did come just now. All Might say everyone was shocked and get panic. Someone disguised as All Might. Mina says, what the heck then, who's with her right now? Bakugo asked madly, oh God, we all tricked. Midoriya is in danger. Uraraka said, everyone get out and find her quick. Niza says to the pro heroes, Class 1A, you are allowed to help us look for Midoriya. Aizawa says the Class 1A nodded and went outside to go look for Midoriya. At the UA forest, why did you take me here, All Might? Are we going to talk something important? Izuku asked. Yes, it's important. All Might's voice changed like how you're important and useful to us. All Might melted and changed his body form. Izuku was shocked seeing Toga in front of her. Himiko Toga. Izuku was shocked and scared. That's Mahelo Izuku. Toga smirks and attacked Midoriya. Izuku dodges. She pulls Toga's one knife and holds it. Stay away and don't come closer. Izuku glared, pointing the knife on Toga. Chill, Midoriya, I won't hurt you. Toga chuckled, stepping closer to her. Izuku glared and did not believe in her. Stay back and don't move. I will. Toga smirks, making Izuku, not knowing that Nomu was behind her. Izuku gasps when she hears a footsteps behind her and seeing a Nomu. Toga laughing and watched her. Izuku got scared and stepped back. She ran, but the Nomu jumped in front of her and attacked her. Left and spreads a BLD on the ground. Izuku, where are you? Kirishima called, worried. I should have noticed that, Bakugo said, mad expression while walking. Baku bro, don't blame yourself, we'll find her okay. Deki says, I hope it was not too late. Kirishima says, worried. Midoriya, say something. Where are you? Denki called, die. Bakugo yelling and exploded the trees on their way. Man, don't do that. Siro says they were still walking. I'm gonna kill that extra. If that thing did something to her, I won't let that thing see the sunrise, Bakugo said in a mad tone and serious expression. Calm down, bro, Kaminari said. I won't calm down. Bakugo said, annoyed. Siro noticed a red slipper on the ground. He then recognized the owner. He looks at Bakugo and the others with a shocked expression. Guys, he saw something. They go towards Siro. What is it? Kirishima asks. Siro shows the red slipper to them. It's Midoriya's slipper. Bakugo's eyes widened, and he was right about it, and now they are all shocked when they saw a BLD on the ground. They took Midoriya. Denki cried. We have to inform the others. Siro says, Bakugo hat, should we do? Kirishima asked, worried. He noticed the rage and red aura around Bakugo. Bakugo was now mad and clenched his fist. Deki, I swear I will find you at any cost. Bakugo was followed after by Kirishima, Denki, and Siro. They're all worried and thinking of what happened to Midoriya. Denki, did you tell the pro heroes about it? Kirishima, yes. They also informed the others to go back to the dorm. Denki looks down, worried. I hope we find Midoriya soon. They're looking at Bakugo, who are still angry about it, blaming himself for not noticing the wrong earlier. Bakugo, control your temper, and anger will find her as soon as possible. Siro said, cheering him and make him calm himself. How can I calm down on the situation like this? Bakugo yelled, mad. Kirishima stopped Siro from talking. He knows Bakugo was just worried of what happened to his lady. They stopped when they heard noises and steps nearby. Denki looks terrified and nervous. What was that? He whispered. Get ready. It's coming towards us. Bakugo said to them. Ready to activate his quirk, they pose, preparing themselves to attack. When it come out from the bush, they're about to attack it, but their eyes widened when they saw a knocked-out Nomu. They looked at the person who attacked it. Bakugo felt relieved seeing Midoriya in front of them. Midoriya. Denki cried and hugged her. He let go and looked at Midoriya. Huff, everyone. Midoriya cried. Then Bakugo suddenly hugged her. You make me worried, you demon nerd. Bakugo tears up and caresses her cheeks, wiping Midoriya's tears. Kakin. Izuku cried. It's okay, now we're here, Bakugo said and embraced her. Kirishima, Denki, and Siro were surprised by Bakugo's changes towards Midoriya. They were amazed by his secret side of being kind, manly, and soft-hearted. Midoriya, did you saw the imposters' faces? Denki asked. She nodded. It's Himiko Toga from the League of Villains. She disguised herself to trick me and take the Nomu with her to get me. How did you escape? Kirishima asked. I finally activated my quirk. I used it against the midoriya, answered. Thank goodness. You activated it now in a perfect time, Denki chuckled. I informed everyone now about her. We should go back now. To the dorm, everyone was looking and worrying for you. Siro says, I know, please inform everyone now. Midoriya said. They nodded when Kirishima, Denki, and Siro walked. First, Bakugo tapped Midoriya's elbow. She turns at him. What's wrong, Kaken? Midoriya, confused, Izuku asked. Then Kaken put his lips on her, kissing her passionately. Bakugo pulled away and caresses her cheeks. I won't let anything happen to you again, Kaken. She smiled and holds Bakugo's hands. I love you too, nerd, Bakugo says. They hold each other's hands and followed after the others. At the UA dorm, thank goodness you were okay, Uraraka cried and quickly hugged Midoriya. Midoriya smiled at them. I'm okay now, don't worry. She looks at everyone. I'm sorry for making you all worried. It was not your fault. Midoriya, it is good that you finally activated your quirk this time, or else everything will get worse and more difficult if they succeed on their plan on you. All Might says, I don't know how she sneaks in and disguised as you. All Might, Midoriya is still confused about it. We will figure it out. How and where did she get the information and found this place? Nizu says, we will do everything to secure your safety, Midoriya. Don't worry, Aizawa said, making Midoriya felt relieved and smiled. The pro heroes leave the dorm and left the UA students inside their dorm. Midoriya couldn't help but think of the villain's real motive on her. Come here, everyone, the dinner is ready. Yamamo says. Everyone stood up and went to the dining room to eat dinner. That night, Midoriya couldn't sleep. She was watching over the window and having anxiety. She left her bedroom and went to Bakugo's room. Knocked. Kaken. Midoriya waiting for the response. She knocked again. Kaken. The door opened and reveals a yawning Bakugo. Nerd, it's already late. What are you doing here? Bakugo asked. I can't sleep. Midoriya muttered. I can't sleep. Can I? Can I come in and sleep there? Midoriya asked. Fine. Come in. Bakugo opens the door widely and let Midoriya come in. He switched the lights on. Midoriya looked around the room. It looks comfy and clean. His room is well organized, and the color of the room looks comfy for the eyes and cold because of aircon. I'll sleep on the couch. You can sleep on my bed, Bakugo said. No, I'm okay on the couch, Kaken. Deku says, just do what I said, Bakugo says as a concerned boyfriend. Midoriya smiled and kissed Bakugo's cheeks, then Maida blushed. Thanks, Kaken. Midoriya giggled and went to Bakugo's bed. Oi, Deku. Yes, Kaken. Bakugo thinks and looks at her. I can sleep next to you and cuddle instead, he says, blushing. She smiled and pulled Bakugo to lay on the bed. Okay. She giggled. Bakugo chuckled and turned off the lights. He cuddled Izuku and kissed her forehead. Izuku noticed the pictures behind the door. She get up and looked closely. It was their pictures together since a baby until now. Kaken, or Bakugo hugged her from the back. I keeping it for a long time, nerd. Izuku tears up and looks at him. Why the heck are you crying for? It's just it melted my heart to see those pictures, Skaken. TCH, you really are cute. Bakugo chuckled, squeezing her cheeks, and Gakken don't. Squeeze it, Deku chuckled and pouted. He chuckled and kissed Izuku's forehead. They both kissed passionately and slowly laid down on the bed. Oh, the creak, the plops, and moans can be heard inside Bakugo's room. They were kissing passionately while having a smut in bed. They were both sweating and heavy breathing. Muho Kakachin. Izuku mem while sweating and felt good at Bakugo's bulge inside her. Plops and Dekuthis feels good. Bakugo hardly while pushing and pulling it. Izuku was trembling and wet, staring at Kitsuka, locked their eyes on each other. Maho. Izuku mem softly and felt so good from Katsuki's touch. Katsuki kissed her lips deeply and explored his hands all over her body. Kakanot there. Midoriya moans as Katsuki finds her soft weak spots. Found it. Katsuki smirks. He rubbed and licked Midoriya's chest while continuously pushing in and pulling out his bulge inside her. Midoriya putting her hand around Bakugo's hair and softly. You were so good at this, Kakan. Midoriya chuckled. Katsuki bites his lip and smirks. I'll make you feel good until you can't walk and talk tomorrow. I guess I needed a wheelchair tomorrow. Midoriya laughs. Katsuki kissed her forehead, down the cheeks. to her neck, leaving a mark on her. Hey, why did you do that? Izuku chuckled. I want to remind those extras that I already owned you. Katsuki smirks and explores his hands down to Midoriya's private part. Midoriya moans softly from Katsuki's touch. Deku kissed Bakugo deeply. You're wet. Katsuki smirks and gets down to lick it. No. Kakin, it's dirty. She him as Katsuki started to lick and enjoyed it. Ugh, Kakin. Bakugo pulled away and inserted his finger inside Midoriya. She him and sweating he was king or harder. They're getting fast and go deeply until they reach it. They both sweating and breathing heavily. Kakin. Midoriya cups Bakugo's cheeks and kisses its forehead. I love you, nerd. Bakugo smiles. I love you too, Kakan. She responds, tired, and smiles. They both kissed passionately and fell asleep. Next day morning, they woke up naked, covered over by a blanket. Katsuki caresses her cheeks. While watching her sleeping, she slowly opens her eyes and looks at Katsuki. Good morning, nerd. Good morning, Kaken. They both leaned each other's lips and they cuddled for a minute. After that, they dressed themselves and walked downstairs to eat breakfast. Hey, Baku bro, why did you woke up late? Denki asked. Bakugo just smirked and did not respond. He just sat and joined them on the table eating breakfast. Mina and Denki look at each other confused. What are you looking at? Bakugo annoyed. Nothing. Mina and Denki both said and quickly eat their breakfast. Izuku get her breakfast and went towards the table where Uraraka, Iida, and Todoroki sitting. She joined them eating. Good morning, Deku. I'm Izumi. You look unusually chipper today. Uraraka says, noticing how cheerful Izuku is today. Well, glance at Katsuki and look back at Uraraka. I had a pretty fantastic night. I woke up with the biggest smile. Izumi giggled. This sounds juicy, care to share? Uraraka winked, but she glanced at Iida and Todoroki to leave the table. Iida got it and grabbed Todoroki's arm. Where are we going? I haven't finished my cold soba. Todoroki says, confused. Just follow me, we have something we need to do. Iida says and walks away, pulling Todoroki with him. So, tell me. Uraraka excitedly wants to hear it. Izuku blushed. I just spent the night with Kakin, she whispered. What? Really? Uraraka awed. Yeah, it's everything felt natural. Izuku chuckled. Katsuki really got the nerves racking for the first time with you. Uraraka chuckled. Izuku blushes more. I never felt this good and happy. I was so comfortable with him. She looks at Katsuki watching him while doing the laundry. After breakfast, she approached Katsuki and hugged him from the back. You know, sometimes I just can't get over how lucky I am to have you, Kakin. Izuku said softly. Oh, stop it. You're gonna make me blush, nerd. Katsuki chuckled. Izuku cups Katsuki's cheeks and smiled. I mean it, though. The way you laugh, the way you care about the little things about me, it's like you were made just for me. And you just saying that to get on my good side. Katsuki smiled. Izuku pouts and leans on the sink. Maybe, but I can't help it if it's true. Every time I see you, I feel like my day gets a little brighter. Katsuki couldn't help but blush and smirk. You're too sweet. You make me feel so special, like I'm the only person in the world who matters. Izuku giggled and played Katsuki's hair, then smiled. That's because you are, at least in my world. I love how we just get each other, how we can talk about anything or nothing and it still feels perfect. Katsuki removes Izuku's hand from his head and kisses it. I love that too. It's like we're in our own little bubble where nothing else matters but us. She locks her eyes on him and giggles. Exactly. And I wouldn't trade that feeling for anything. I just want to keep making you happy, because when you're happy, I'm happy. Katsuki puts his hand on her waist. Well, you're doing a pretty great job at it. I've never felt so loved and understood before. She cups Katsuki's cheeks. That's all I ever wanted, to be the one who makes you feel like that. You know, Deku, with you it's like every day is a little bit sweeter. I wouldn't want it any other way. Izuku blushes. Neither would I. Here's to making every day as sweet as this one. I can't wait to see what the future holds for us. Bakugo and Izuku kissed and smiled. They didn't notice their classmates were peeking and watching them. They were surprised by the closeness and sweetness they have. Get a room. You too. Denki jealous. Shut up. Dunce face. Katsuki yelled. Izuku blushed, covers her face with her both hands. You two are so cute together. Mina, Katsuki smirks and put his hand around on Deku's waist, kissing her cheek. Kaya. The girls awed and scream. That's surprising, Mineta smirks. Mind your own business's extras. Bakugo yelled. Kaken, stop, don't yell at them, Izuku says, chuckled. At the hideout of the League of Villains. They have plans to target and get midoriya because she can be valuable for their new experimentation for the new masterpiece, Shigaraki. She wouldn't volunteer for something like this, but once we have Hershey, we'll have no choice, Dabi. Are you sure? Is she capable of this experimentation? Shigaraki. She has the DNA of the OFA. She can be useful for use. It can increase the power of my Creationto, push it beyond its current limits to defeat all the pro heroes, including All Might Dabi. What's your plan? Toga told us she is secured and protected at UA. Shigaraki. Leave that to me. We'll strike when she least expects it. Her security is tight, but we have ways slipping through cracks. Toga. What kind of plan, Shigaraki? It just need a little distractions, sabotage, and she'll be ours before they even realize she is missing. He laughed and drinks the wine. They all smiled and trust Shigaraki for this plan. The training grounds at UA High School. Class 1A is in the middle of a training session, with everyone dressed in their hero costumes. Bakugo is helping his girlfriend female Izuku practice her quirk. The rest of the class is scattered around, practicing their own techniques. Bakugo crossing his arms and watching Izuku intently. Deku, focus. You need to control your output better. If you keep pushing yourself like this, you'll break something again. He said, Izuku nodding, panting slightly from the effort. I know, Kaken, but I need to get stronger. I can't fall behind everyone else. Bakugo sighs, stepping closer and placing a hand on her shoulder. Listen, idiot. You're already strong, but you've got to be smart about it. You don't need to break yourself to prove anything. Izuku looking up at him, eyes wide with determination. But Kaken, I want to be able to stand by your side, not just trail behind you. Bakugo softened slightly, his concern clear in his eyes. Asterisk. You're already standing by my side, Deku. You're my partner. So let's work on this together, okay? We'll figure out how to make your quirk work without you ending up in Recovery Girl's office again. Izuku smiling gratefully. Thanks, Kaken. I'll do my best. Bakugo smirks, ruffling her hair gently. I know you will, nerd. Now, let's try that again, but this time, keep your movements controlled. No unnecessary risks. Their classmates are watching them again, Kirishima grinning as he watches them from a distance. Bakugo's really softened up. Huh, I never thought I'd see the day. Kaminari laughs, nodding. Yeah, who knew he could be such a caring boyfriend? But it's kind of nice to see him like this. Uraraka, smiling softly. They bring out the best in each other. It's really sweet. Todoroki glancing over with a thoughtful expression. Bakugo's always been strong, but now he's learning to be strong for someone else. It's a good change. Bakugo was shouting, but with a hint of encouragement. Come on, Deku. Show me what you've got. Izuku was determined, powering up with renewed focus, right? Let's do this, Kaken. The scene continues with Izuku practicing her quirk under Bakugo's watchful eye. The rest of the class cheering them on in their own ways, creating an atmosphere of camaraderie and growth. They suddenly heard a loud noise from the city. They were shocked and confused. Later, the students of Class 1A and several pro heroes are gathered in the common room. Suddenly, an alert sounds, and a screen displays breaking news of a massive explosion at a mall and market nearby. The atmosphere shifts from relaxed to tense in an instant. Aizawa erases her head, his eyes narrowing as he looks at the screen. Asterisk. Everyone, listen up. We've just received word that there's been an explosion at a nearby mall and market. This could be an attack or a natural disaster. Either way, we need to move quickly. All Might was standing tall, his voice calm but commanding. We'll split into teams. Class 1A, you'll be coming with us. You'll be split into groups and paired with pro heroes. This will be a real-life test of your abilities, so stay alert and follow orders. Bakugo's fists are clenched, eyes filled with determination. TC, whatever it is, I'll blow it to pieces. Izuku nodding, though looking a bit worried. We have to save as many people as we can. There could be innocent civilians trapped or injured. Kirishima was grinning, trying to keep the mood light. We've got this. We've trained for situations like these. Let's show them what we can do. The group quickly mobilizes, splitting into smaller teams. Izuku, Bakugo, Uraraka, Todoroki, and Iida are assigned to the mall along with All Might and Aizawa. They rush toward the scene, unaware of the lurking danger. At the mall, All Might assessing the situation. The area is chaotic with smoke and debris everywhere. The explosion seems to have caused significant damage, but the structure is holding. I want each of you to focus on finding survivors and getting them to safety. Aizawa, and I will keep an eye out for any potential threats. Aizawa, Eraserhead, with his scarf at the ready, eyes scanning the area. Be careful. This could be more than just a simple explosion. Stay in constant communication. Izuku worried but focused, looking around as they enter the mall. Right? We need to spread out to cover more ground. Kaken, you take the west side. Todoroki and Uraraka, check the upper levels. I'll go with Iida and take the east side. Bakugo was glaring, but with concern in his voice. Oi, Deku, don't do anything reckless. We're here to help, not to play the hero, and get yourself hurt careful. Izuku smiles softly at Bakugo's concern. I won't, Kaken. You be careful too. As the group splits up and searches the mall, Izuku feels an uneasy sensation but pushes it aside, focusing on finding survivors. Meanwhile, in the shadows, members of the League of Villains, including Toga, Dabi, and Twice, quietly slip through the chaos, keeping their eyes on Izuku. Toga was whispering to Twice, her eyes gleaming with excitement. Look at her. She's so focused on saving people, she doesn't even notice us. Twice was nervous, but grinning. This plan does better work. If we mess this up, Shigaraki will have our heads. Toga was giggling, her voice low and dangerous. Don't worry, she'll be ours soon enough. We just have to wait for the right moment. Izuku finds a group of injured civilians. She quickly helps Iida lead them to safety. You're going to be okay. Just follow Iida and stay calm. Iida nodding, his voice firm and reassuring. This way. Stay together and move quickly. As Izuku continues to search, she suddenly feels a presence behind her. Before she can react, she's grabbed by Toga, who quickly injects her with a tranquilizer. Izuku's vision blurs, and she collapses into Dabi's arms. Dabi was smirking as she lifts the unconscious Izuku. Good job, Toga, we finally got her. Let's go before they notice. Twice nervously looking around, we need to be fast. They'll realize she's gone any second now. Back at the mall's entrance, Bakugo suddenly feels uneasy and looks around, sensing that something's wrong. Bakugo was growling, his instincts kicking in. Deku, where the hell are you? All Might noticing Bakugo's tension, his eyes narrowing. Young Bakugo, what's wrong? Bakugo, his eyes wide with realization, panic setting in. Izuku's in trouble, I can feel it. At that moment, the communication devices start crackling with static, followed by Iida's frantic voice. Asterisk. Iida was panicking. Midoriya is gone. She was right behind me, but now she's missing. Uraraka over the comms, her voice trembling. We have to find her. This could be a trap. Aizawa's Eraserhead, eyes narrowing, his voice sharp. Everyone, regroup now. This could be an ambush by the League of Villains. As the realization sets in, Bakugo's eyes flare with rage and fear, knowing that Izuku has been taken right under their noses. The pro heroes and Class 1A quickly regroup, the tension high as they prepare to find and rescue their friend. I think they use this as a trap and distraction for us, to not notice Izuku, Yamamo worried. Oh, God, the League of Villains, that's their real intention here, Denki added. Everyone knows now that this is part of the plan of the L.O.V. to get Midoriya. All Might was so worried and grit his teeth. Midoriya, my kid. Bakugo clenching his fists, his voice is filled with determination and fury. Asterisk. I'm coming for you, Deku. I swear, I'll get you back. The scene ends with the group rallying together, preparing to face the League Villains and rescue Izuku before it's too late. At the hideout of the League of Villains, they put Izuku to the laboratory, Dr. Garaki adjusting his glasses, his voice eerily calm as he examines Izuku. This one, she's special. All for One will be pleased once we've finished with her. Her quirk has immense potential, but first, we need to understand it fully. This will require some invasive procedures. Shigaraki smirking, his hand twitching as he watches Izuku struggle. Make sure it's painful. She's been a thorn in our side for too long. Let her feel true despair. Toga pouting slightly, leaning closer to Izuku with a knife in hand. It's a shame we have to hurt her. She's so cute when she's fighting. But don't worry, Izuku. I'll make sure you're comfortable eventually. Izuku tugging at her restraints, her voice shaking with fear but filled with determination. You won't get away with this. My friends and the pro heroes will come for me. They'll stop all of you. Twice nervously fidgeting, looking around the room. Yeah, they'll probably come. But we got her now. They can't do anything if we're already gone. Dr. Garaki sighing as he prepares a syringe filled with a sedative. It's useless to struggle, young lady. Once you're under, I'll begin extracting the information we need. Sleep now, and when you wake, you'll belong to us. Now please don't do this, Izuku begged the doctor. No. He injects the sedative into Izuku's arm, and she feels her consciousness slipping away. Kakamam all might, she whispered. Her vision blurs, and her thoughts grow foggy, her voice is shaky, and her body becomes weak. Her last thoughts before succumbing to the drag are of Bakugo and her friends. Help me, she whispered, desperately hoping they'll find her in time. Outside the villain's hideout, the heroes in Class 1A have gathered on the UA dorm, which they are still identifying with the abandoned warehouse, factory, or bar as a potential hideout for the League of Villains. The atmosphere is tense, and everyone is on edge. Bakugo was pacing back and forth, his face twisted with worry and frustration. Damn it, Deku, why didn't I protect you? I should have been there. I should have known something was wrong. All Might was placing a reassuring hand on Bakugo's shoulder, his voice steady but filled with concern. Young Bakugo, this isn't your fault. We'll get her back. We just need to stay focused. Aizawa erased her head, his eyes scanning the building, calculating their next move. We need to act quickly, but carefully. If the League knows our attack, they might hurt her, or worse. Bakugo, I need you to keep your head on straight. TCH gonna blow their face up if they did something to her. Bakugo says mad. You should calm down and focus on the plan. Todoroki says don't tell me what to do. Bakugo is annoyed and walks out. Just let him be. For now, Yamamo says to EV1. Bakugo goes outside and thinks of the possible hideout of the villains. Where are Izuku? The same dark underground lab. Izuku lies unconscious on the metal table, her body still bound by restraints. The League of Villains surrounds her. Dr. Garaki, the League's mad scientist, stands by with an empty syringe in his hand, watching closely for any signs of life. Shigaraki was impatient, tapping his fingers on the table. Is it done yet, doctor? She's not moving. Give a moment. The serum is designed to weaken her quirk and drain her stamina. Let's see how One for All reacts to the interference. Dr. Garaki calmly says. Toga was leaning in eagerly, her eyes wide with curiosity. Come on, Deku-chan. Wake up already. I want to see what happens. Suddenly, Izuku stirs, her eyes fluttering open. Her skin is pale, her face drenched in cold sweat. She tries to move, but feels an overwhelming weakness in her limbs. Izuku's voice is shaky and barely audible. What did you do to me? Shigaraki was grinning, leaning closer. Welcome back. Feeling a bit powerless, huh? The doctor gave you a little something to shut down that annoying quirk of yours. Izuku gasping for breath, her head spinning. My quirk, it feels distant. What did you inject me with? Dr. Garaki, smiling eerily, adjusting his glasses. A special serum I've been working on. It inhibits the connection between you and One for All. A little test to see how your body reacts without all that extra power. You're just an ordinary girl now. Dabi was smirking, crossing his arms. She looks pretty pathetic without that quirk. Can't even lift a finger, can you? Izuku was struggling weakly against the restraints, her breathing shallow. You won't get away with this. Toga pouting playfully, getting close to Izuku's face. Don't be so dramatic, Deku-chan. We're just getting started. I like you better like this, all vulnerable and weak. I bet your BLD tastes sweeter when you're scared. She licks her lips, her eyes gleaming with excitement. Toga, back off for now. We need her alive for the next phase. Shigaraki coldly said, Izuku was weak. Her vision is blurring. Why you won't break me? Shigaraki smirks. Oh, we don't need to break you, just your spirit. Dr. Garaki was scribbling notes, looking pleased. Fascinating, her body is still resisting. Even without One for All's full strength, her natural resilience is impressive. But it won't last forever. Izuku was barely able to keep her eyes open, whispering, I won't let you, Weenie won't let you. Shigaraki mock on her, who said you have a choice. Izuku's thoughts were racing. Her visions were blurred. I can barely move, it feels like all my strength is gone, Mom. Her heart aches as she pictures her mother's worried face. All Might, she remembers his reassuring smile, the trust he put in her. Class 1A, Aizawa Sensimirio. Yurika Todoroki. Images of her friend Arika, Iida, Todoroki flash before her eyes, all fighting to protect each other. Kakin. Her heart tightens as she pictures Bakugo, fierce and determined, always charging forward. Please someone, anyone help me. Izuku's tears fall from her eyes. Dr. Garaki was adjusting his tools, speaking calmly. Remarkable, really. Even with her quirk suppressed, she's still conscious. You're quite the fighter, midoriya. Izuku was gasping weakly. Stop it, please. Dr. Garaki smiled slightly, preparing another syringe. Oh, but we're far from finished. This is just the beginning. Your resilience will give us valuable data. Soon, we'll unlock the full potential of One for All. Shigaraki leaning in, his red eyes gleaming with amusement. You should have known better, midoriya. Did you really think your friends would save you in time? Izuku's mind drifts to Bakugo, his intense eyes, his unyielding will to fight. She remembers the way he always pushed her, challenged her to be better, Keiko-chan. Izuku whispering weakly, barely audible. Dr. Garaki inserting a needle in her arm again, his voice clinical, fascinating. Even in this state, she's still resisting. But it's only a matter of time before her body gives out. Toga was watching with a gleeful expression. Ah, she's thinking about someone. Is it that Bakugo boy? How sweet. I can feel her heart breaking. It's adorable. Izuku, tears forming in her eyes as her thoughts drift to her mother. Mom, I'm sorry. Her body trembles, the strain overwhelming her, but she refuses to give in. Her thoughts of her friends, her teachers, and her boyfriend Bakugo keep her fighting, even as her body weakens. Shigaraki grin widening. No one's coming. Izuku, no one's going to save you this time. As Izuku's strength fades, her determination to survive and hold on for the one she loves burns deep within her. Save me, Izuku whispered before she lost consciousness. Izuku has been missing for 2 weeks, and Class 1A, the pro heroes, and her boyfriend Bakugo are desperately searching for her. A rundown warehouse on the outskirts of the city. Bakugo stands near a large map spread across a table, filled with markings and locations the heroes have already searched. His hands are clenched into fists, his frustration barely contained. Class 1A and several pro heroes, including All Might, Aizawa, and Endeavor, are gathered around, looking exhausted but determined. Bakugo gritting his teeth, his voice rough from shouting, 2 weeks. It's been 2 DMN weeks, and we've still got nothing. All Might's face somber. Though he tries to remain composed, we've searched every known league of villains' hideout, but they've gone underground. They're moving quickly, staying ahead of us. Aizawa was calm but tense, his eyes narrowing. They're getting better at hiding. Every lead we get ends in a dead end. But we'll find her, Bakugo. We won't stop until we do. Bakugo was slamming his fist on the table, causing some papers to scatter. That's not good enough. We're wasting time while they're doing who knows what to do with her. His voice breaks slightly, but he quickly composes himself. We need to move faster. Uraraka's eyes are red from sleepless nights. Softly, Bakugo, we're all worried about her. But we can't rush this. We don't want to make mistakes. Bakugo's voice is low but fierce. Mistakes. They've had her for 2 weeks. We're running out of time. What if she's already dash? he cuts himself off, unable to finish the thought. Todoroki was standing next to Bakugo, placing a hand on his shoulder. She's strong, Bakugo. You know she's holding on, waiting for us. Bakugo pulling away, pacing angrily. I should have been there. I should have protected her. Deku's strong, but I know what she thinks. She's probably blaming herself for this whole thing. Kirishima was trying to stay positive, his voice steady. Man, you can't think like that. Izuku's tough. She's not going to let them win. We just need to keep looking. Bakugo shouting, frustration boiling over. I know she's tough, but that doesn't change the fact that she's out there alone, while we're stuck running in circles. All Might stepping forward, his voice filled with regret. Young Bakugo, I understand your pain. Izuku is like a daughter to me, but we have to stay level-headed. Losing control won't help her. We will find her, no matter what it takes. Bakugo breathing heavily, his fists shaking. I can't just sit here waiting for more leads. She needs me. She needs us. His voice lowers, barely above a whisper. I can't lose her, Endeavor gruffly said. We won't let that happen. The League can't hide forever. The longer they stay out of sight, the more reckless they'll get. Aizawa is looking at the group, his voice firm. We need to be smart about this. Everyone is tired, but we can't give up. The League of Villains isn't invincible. We'll find her. Bakugo gritting his teeth, looking down at the map again. We'd better. Because if they hurt her, I'm not going to wait for anyone. I'll take them all down myself. To a dimly lit room, somewhere far away, back to the League of Villains hideout, Izuku, weak and pale, lies in a dark cell, her body trembling from exhaustion. 2 weeks have passed, and the League's experiments have taken their toll on her. She curls up on the cold floor, her thoughts drifting to her friends, her mother, and Bakugo. Izuku dumbfounded and thinking weakly. Kakin, back at the search headquarters, the heroes continue to look through every possible lead. As the clock ticks, Bakugo's determination grows fiercer, pushing everyone forward. Late at night in the city, rain drizzles down as Bakugo walks determinedly through empty streets, a backpack slung over his shoulder. His expression is intense, his eyes filled with a mix of anger and desperation. It's been 3 weeks since Izuku was taken by the League of Villains, and the pro heroes still haven't found her. Bakugo's patience has finally run out. Bakugo gritting his teeth, muttering to himself, I can't sit around anymore. They're wasting time. I'm going to find her myself, no matter what it takes. As Bakugo moves further into the city, he senses something. He suddenly stops and turns around, glaring into the darkness. I know you're there. Stop hiding and come out, or I'll blow you to pieces. Bakugo yelled from the shadows. Shoto Todoroki, Iida Tenya, Kirishima, Aijiro, Momo Yaozu, and Achiko Uraraka steps forward. Their expressions are serious but filled with concern. You weren't planning to go alone, were you? Todoroki calmly says. Bakugo scowling, his voice was sharp. Damn right I was. I don't need any of you slowing me down. Iida was pushing his glasses up, his tone stern. You can't go out there alone, Bakugo. It's reckless, and you know it. We're all worried about midoriya, but this is no time to act irrationally. Bakugo snarling and clenches fists, like hell I'm waiting around any longer. They've had her for 3 weeks. Every second we waste, they could be doing something to her. I can't just sit here while dash. Kirishima steps forward, his voice gentle but firm. We get it, man. We're all worried about her. But you're not the only one who cares about midoriya. We're friends too, and we're not letting you go through this alone. Bakugo glared at Kirishima, his voice shaking with frustration. You think I need help? You think I can't handle this? Uraraka speaks up, her voice is soft but determined. Bakugo, you're not the only one hurting. We all miss her. We're all scared for her. But running off alone isn't going to help her. We're stronger together. Yaozu nodded, and her voice was calm but insistent. We've been preparing. I've made several tracking devices, and we've gathered information from the pro heroes' investigations. We got a better chance if we work as a team. Bakugo looked at each of them, his anger barely contained. Team? Huh. You really think a bunch of extras is going to help me find her faster? Todoroki staring Bakugo down, his voice serious. You're not the only one who cares about midoriya, Bakugo. She's important to all of us. Don't make this about you. We're going to find her, whether you like it or not. Bakugo became silent for a moment, fists clenched so tightly his knuckles turned white, before finally exhaling sharply. Fine. But if you slow me down, I'll leave you behind. Iida nodding, relieved, but still stern. We won't slow you down. We'll find her together. Kirishima grinning, try to lighten the mood. That's the spirit, man. We've got your back, just like always. Bakugo was grumbling, trying to hide his worry. Whatever. Let's get moving. We don't have time to waste. Dash! Yaoyorozu activates her tracking devices. They track Izuku's phone, and luckily the location of her phone is still active. They're scanning the area for any signs of the League's presence. They went to the streets they haven't visited yet. They went to an abandoned warehouse district, houses, and isolated houses. There's still no signs the moon hangs low in the sky, casting a faint light on the empty streets. Bakugo, Todoroki, Uraraka, Iida, Eijiro, and Yamamo move stealthily through the dark alleyways, their faces set with determination. Yaoyorozu's tracker beeps steadily, the signal getting stronger as they approach an old, rundown house. Yaoyorozu whispering, her eyes glued to the tracker, the signal's getting stronger. This might be the place. Bakugo gritting his teeth, his voice tense. It better be. We've been running around for weeks. This ends tonight. As they pass by the alley near the house, the tracker starts beeping rapidly. Iida adjusting his glasses, his voice firm. Everyone, stay alert. This could be the hideout. Uraraka nodding. Her voice is soft but serious. We can't rush in. We need to be sure before we act. Suddenly, they hear the creak of a door opening. Instinctively, they press themselves against the wall, hiding in the shadows. Bakugo motions for silence as they carefully peek around the corner. A figure steps out into the dim light, a girl with long, blonde hair tied in two messy buns. It's Toga. Toga was stretching her arms above her head, her voice playful. Ah, it's so stuffy inside. I needed some fresh air. Todoroki whispering, his tone is cautious. It's her. Kirishima whispering back. That's Toga. It means we're in the right place. They're here. Bakugo's eyes are narrowing, fury burning behind them. Deku's in there, I know it. They watch as Toga leans against the doorframe, looking up at the sky with a faint smile on her face while eating candy. Toga is talking to herself, her tone almost dreamy. I wonder what Shigaraki's going to do with her Izuku's. So quiet now it gets not as fun when she doesn't scream. Uraraka's hands clenching into fists, a mix of fear and anger flashing her eyes. They've got her. Iida whispering firmly, stay calm. We can't act recklessly. Bakugo's voice barely contained, fists shaking. I'm not waiting around while they're doing this to her. Yaoyorozu quickly and quietly pulling out her phone, her voice calm but urgent. I'm alerting the pro heroes and UA teachers. They need to know we found them. Toga is still talking to herself, unaware of the group hiding nearby. Maybe I'll visit her later. I bet she's lonely, their poor Izuku, and no one's coming for her. Bakugo's voice low, filled with rage. She's wrong. Todoroki placing a hand on Bakugo's arm. His tone is quiet but firm. Not yet. We wait for the pro heroes. Kirishima nodding, his voice steady. We're close, Bakugo. Just hold on a little longer. Toga lets out a sigh before turning to head back inside the house. The door creaks shut behind her, leaving the group alone in the silence of the night. Yaoyorozu quietly, holding her phone. The heroes are on their way. It won't be long now. Bakugo's voice is tight, barely able to contain his emotions. She's in there. They're hurting her. I can't just stand here and do nothing. Todoroki looking straight at Bakugo, his voice firm. We will save her. But we have to be smart about this. We can't afford to lose control. Uraraka's voice is soft but determined. We've come this far. We won't let her down. The group stands tense, their hearts racing as they wait for the pro heroes to arrive. The knowledge that Izuku is just beyond that door, so close yet still out of reach, weighs heavily on them. Each passing second feels like an eternity. Bakugo thinking to himself, his fists clenched. Hold on, Deku. I'm coming. I swear, I'm gonna get you out of there. The hideout of the League of Villains, an abandoned building on the outskirts of the city. The pro heroes, led by Endeavor and Aizawa, break into the hideout with Class 1A students close behind. They move quickly through the empty hallways, searching for Izuku, as the villains have already fled. The tension in the air is thick. Check every corner. The villains are gone, but they might have left traps. Move carefully. Endeavor said to others, Aizawa's eyes narrowing as he looks around. We need to find midoriya. Focus. Bakugo and the others fan out with the heroes, each of them anxious and tense. Bakugo's rushing ahead, his voice filled with urgency. Where the hell is she? I know she's here. Todoroki was staying close to Bakugo, trying to remain calm. We'll find her, she has to be close. They slammed and opened all doors they saw until they reached a heavy metal door at the end of the hallway. The air is colder here, more oppressive. Bakugo's heart races as he feels an overwhelming sense of dread. Without waiting for the others, he shoves the door open. Bakugo's voice hoarse, Deku. Inside the cold basement laboratory. The room is dimly lit, and the chill in the air is suffocating. A series of medical instruments and monitors line the walls. In the middle, they saw 3 Nomu inside the big aquariums. In the side of the room, their eyes widened on a cold metal table. Lies Izuku, she's barely recognizable, pale, thin, and completely still. Her eyes are open, but they're hollow, devoid of life or emotion. She looks like a ghost of her former self. Bakugo's breath catching in his throat, his voice breaking. Deku. He rushes to her side, his knees hitting the floor beside the table as he reaches out to touch her, but hesitates. She's so fragile, so broken. Bakugo, his voice trembling, filled with rage and pain. Deku, it's me. I'm here. I found you. Izuku doesn't react. She doesn't even seem to register his presence. Her eyes stare blankly at the ceiling, her body unnaturally still. The rest of the group enters the room, their expressions turning to horror as they see the state Izuku is in. Uraraka's voice shaking, tears welling in her eyes. No. Todoroki's fists clenched, his voice tight. What did they do to her? Iida is stepping forward, his face pale. She's completely unresponsive. Yairozu's hand covering her mouth, tears brimming in her eyes. They must have experimented on her. She's so weak. Kirishima, eyes widened in disbelief. This isn't right. She looks so different. Bakugo gently placing his hand on Izuku's cheek, his voice breaking. Deku, come on, you have to snap out of this. You're stronger than this. You're a fighter, DM in it. Don't let them win. Izuku still doesn't respond. Her breathing is shallow, her skin cold to the touch. All Might and Aizawa entering the room. Their faces were grim as they looked at Izuku. We need to get her medical attention immediately. Endeavor was standing at the entrance, his voice commanding, secure the building. Make sure there's nothing left behind. We'll take her to safety. Bakugo stays by Izuku's side, his hand trembling as he holds hers. He can feel the guilt, the rage, and the overwhelming fear that she might not recover from this. Bakugo's voice barely a whisper, his eyes filled with pain. I promised I'd find you, Deku. I'm here now. I'm not leaving you again. So you better fight. You better wake up. Uraraka, wiping her tears, her voice soft but filled with determination. We're with you, midoriya. We're not letting you go. Todoroki was standing beside Bakugo, his voice steady. We'll protect you now. You're safe. As the pro heroes in Class 1A begin to secure the area, the group stays close to Izuku, their hearts heavy with fear for their friend. The sight of her, so fragile and broken, is almost too much to bear. Bakugo grips her hand tightly, refusing to let go, as the reality of what she's been through weighs heavily on him. Bakugo, laced with tears, you're gonna be okay, Deku. I swear it. I'm not letting them take you away from me. A quiet hospital room, sterile and cold. Izuku lies on the bed, her frail body wrapped in blankets. Her face is pale, her eyes dull, staring blankly at the ceiling. The faint beeping of monitors is the only sound in the room. It has been a few days since a rescue, but she still hasn't spoken a word. Bakugo sits by her side, his usual fiery energy replaced with a deep, pained silence. Uraraka, Todoroki ANF the other class 1A stand nearby, all watching their friend Izuku with heavy hearts. Bakugo's voice low, almost pleading, Deku, it's me. It's Katsuki. You're safe now. No one's gonna hurt you anymore. Izuku remains unresponsive, her gaze fixed on nothing in particular. She looks fragile, a shadow of the girl she once was. Uraraka was filled with sadness. Midoriya, we're all here. We've missed you so much. She steps closer to the bed, her hand trembling as she reaches out, but she pulls back, unsure. Yairozu's eyes filled with tears she's holding back. You're not alone, Midoriya. Whatever happened will help you. You can lean on us. Still, Izuku doesn't react. Her breathing is shallow, her body stiff as if she's afraid to move. Denki gazed and focused on her. She's not the same. His voice softens, filled with concern. She's traumatized. The villains, they did something to her. Bakugo clenching his fists, his voice trembling with anger and guilt. Deku, you're stronger than this. You're not supposed to let them break you. His voice cracks, frustration and pain lacing his words as he looks away, his heart breaking at the sight of her. Ijiro looking at Bakugo, her voice soothing but firm. Bakugo yelling won't help. She's been through something we can't understand. Bakugo gritting his teeth, tears forming in his eyes as he struggles to hold back his emotions. I promised I'd protect her, and I didn't. I wasn't there when she needed me the most. Ishido placing a hand on Bakugo's shoulder, his voice steady. We all want to help her, Bakugo. But right now, we need to be patient. She's been through an unimaginable ordeal. Yairozu's voice was gentle, filled with compassion. She's still there, Bakugo. We just have to give her time. The door opens, and Inko Midoriya, Izuku's mother, enters the room. Her face is pale and filled with worry, but she tries to stay strong for her daughter. She walks over to the bed, her hands shaking slightly as she reaches out to touch Izuku's hand. Inko's voice is soft, filled with a mother's love and pain. Izuku, my baby, you're home now. Her voice trembles as she speaks, her heart breaking as she sees her daughter so lifeless. It's okay, you're safe now. No one's gonna hurt you ever again, sweetie. Izuku still doesn't move, her body stiff and unresponsive. The room falls into a heavy silence. Bakugo standing up abruptly, his voice thick with frustration and pain. Deku, say something, anything. Let us know you're still there. Inko placing a hand on Bakugo's arm, her voice gentle but firm. Katsuki, please. She's not ready. Bakugo clenches fists, his eyes filled with unshed tears. I can't just sit here and watch her like this, Auntie. This isn't her. This isn't Deku. Inko's voice soft but full of determination. She'll come back to us, Katsuki. She just needs time. Bakugo looks down at Izuku, his chest tight with guilt and pain. He kneels by the bed, gently taking her hand in his voice barely a whisper now. Bakugo's voice raw with emotion. Deku, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry I wasn't there. But I'm here now, and I'm not leaving your side. I'll wait as long as it takes for you to come back to us. I'll wait for you, Deku. The others watch in silence, their hearts heavy as they stand by Izuku, hoping that somehow their presence will reach her. Uraraka's voice breaking, tears slipping down her cheeks. Midoriya, we love you. Please come back to us. Iida was filled with sadness. You're not alone, Midoriya. We're all here for you. Denki nodding, his voice firm with conviction. You're our friend, Midoriya. No matter how long it takes, we'll stand by your side. As the group stands in the quiet hospital room, the weight of the moment presses down on them. Izuku remains silent, lost in the trauma of her captivity, but they all refuse to give up on her. Bakugo's voice is a soft whisper, holding her hand tighter. You're gonna be okay, Deku. I swear, I'm not letting you go. At the hospital room, weeks after Izuku's rescue, The sterile smell of the hospital fills the air as Class 1 takes turns visiting Izuku. She sits in her hospital bed, her face pale, her eyes distant. Since being rescued, she hasn't spoken a word. Her friends try their best to stay positive, but every visit is heavy with worry. Bakugo walks into the room, followed by Todoroki, Uraraka, Kirishima, and Iida. He stops in his tracks when he sees Izuku in the same state, sitting up, staring blankly ahead, her eyes glossy with an unshed tears. "Deku," Bakugo softly called her. The others watch silently as Bakugo walks up to her bed, his expression a mix of frustration and heartache. He pulls up a chair next to her and sits down, staring at her pale face. Bakugo trying to sound calm, but his voice betrays him. "You've got all of us here, you know. We've been coming every day. Everyone's worried, even me, you idiot." Uraraka gently held Izuku's hand. "Izuku, please talk to us, we just want to help." Izuku's eyes well up with tears, but she still says nothing. Her hands rest limply on the blanket, trembling slightly. The silence in the room feels overwhelming. Todoroki stepping forward. "You don't have to talk if you're not ready, but we're not going anywhere. We're here for you." Bakugo leans forward, his voice filled with frustration, but also desperation. "Look, I know they did something to you, but you're stronger than this, Deku. You don't get to just..." His voice cracks. "You don't get to just leave us like this." Izuku's bottom lip trembles as tears silently roll down her cheeks. She blinks, but her expression remains frozen in shock, as if she's trapped in her own mind. Bakugo's frustration boils over, but he bites back the urge to shout, knowing it won't help. Kirishima gently puts a hand on Bakugo's shoulder. "Bro, she's been through a lot. Maybe she just needs more time. We can't push her too hard. She needs to feel safe, like we're here for her no matter what." Iida added. Bakugo clenches his fists, his anger now directed at himself as much as the villains. He hates feeling powerless, but seeing Izuku like this, it's tearing him apart. "Deku, you're the one who's always talking about saving people. Let us save you this time, please." Bakugo said, softening but pleading. Izuku's eyes flicker for just a moment, as if she heard him, but still, she remains silent. Her tears continue to fall, but she doesn't move or speak. Bakugo sits there, staring at her, unsure of what else to do. "It's okay, Izuku. We'll wait as long as it takes." Uraraka whispered softly. The group stands in silence, their hearts heavy as they watch their friend struggle with whatever is going on inside her mind. Bakugo stays by her side, refusing to leave, his hand resting near hers but not quite touching it. Bakugo's voice filled with pain. "I'm not giving up on you, Deku. I'll come here every DMN day if I have to." Izuku's breath hitches, and for the first time, she reaches out slowly, her hand shaking as it brushes against Bakugo's. Her tears fall freely now, though she still can't speak. Bakugo grips her hand gently, his resolve stronger than ever. "I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. I won't leave you like this," Bakugo said softly while holding her hand. The room falls into a heavy silence as Izuku's trembling hand brushes against Bakugo's. Her tears begin to flow more freely now, her face scrunched in pain and fear. For the first time since her rescue, there's emotion in her expression: anguish, fear, and vulnerability. Her lips quiver as she struggles to speak, her voice small and fragile. Izuku's voice barely audibly, broken. "I was so scared." Bakugo's breath catches. He's been waiting to hear her voice for weeks, and now that she's finally speaking, his heart clenches painfully. He moves without thinking, pulling her gently into his arms. Her frail body shakes against him as she cries, letting out all the fear and trauma she's been holding inside. Bakugo whispering, his voice hoarse, "It's okay, Deku. I'm here. You're safe now. I've got you." Izuku clutches the front of his shirt, her sobs muffled against his chest. Her whole body trembles as the weight of her fear crashes down. Bakugo holds her tighter, his face buried in her hair as he tries to steady his own emotions. "They wouldn't stop. I couldn't do anything. I was so weak I couldn't do anything." Izuku sobs, but Bakugo grits his teeth, his heart aching as he listens to her broken words. He can feel the depth of her fear, and it only makes his anger at the League of Villains burn hotter. But right now, all that matters is holding her, letting her know she's safe. You're not weak, Deku. You're the strongest person I know. You survived. You're here. That's what matters. Bakugo softly says, filled with pain. Izuku's sobs continue, and the others watch in silence, their hearts heavy with sadness and empathy. Uraraka wipes her eyes, trying to hold back her own tears, while Kirishima grips his arm, looking pained by how broken Izuku seems. Todoroki's usual calm expression is replaced with a deep, quiet sorrow. Iida places a hand on Uraraka's shoulder, his jaw tight, as he watches their friend break down in Bakugo's arms. No one says a word, not wanting to disturb the moment. They all feel the weight of Izuku's trauma, the silent suffering she's been through, and it breaks their hearts. Izuku's voice is still shaking, clinging to Bakugo. I thought no one would find me. I thought I'd never see you again." Bakugo's eyes soften, and his grip on her tightens protectively. He can't stop the tears that threaten to fall from his own eyes, though he fights to stay composed. Bakugo quietly, fiercely said, "You're never going to lose me, Deku. Never. I'll always find you. I swear." Izuku continues to cry into Bakugo's chest, the trauma pouring out with each sob. Bakugo holds her without hesitation, his own heart breaking with each tear she sheds. The others remain silent, watching the scene unfold with a mixture of sorrow and quiet determination. They can't take away what Izuku's been through, but they'll be there for her every step of the way. After a long moment, Izuku's sobs start to quiet, though her grip on Bakugo remains tight. Her body still trembles, but she's no longer completely lost in her fear. She's here with them, and that's a start. Bakugo, his voice soft but full of emotion, "You're going to be okay, Deku. We'll help you through this. You're not alone anymore." Izuku lifts her head slightly, her tear-streaked face filled with exhaustion, but also with a small glimmer of hope. She looks around at her friends, who stand by her side, their expressions filled with support and care. Izuku sniffling, her voice shaky but determined. "Thank you, all of you. I'm sorry I made you worry." Todoroki smiled softly. "You don't have to apologize, midoriya. We're just glad you're here." Kirishima's voice is thick with emotion. "Yeah, don't worry about us. You're the one who's been through hell. We'll be with you, no matter how long it takes for you to heal." Uraraka smiles through her tears, her voice gentle. "We'll always be here, Izuku. You're our friend, our family." Izuku's tears start to flow again, but this time there's something different. She buries her face in Bakugo's chest again, her grip still tight, but she knows now that she's not alone. Slowly but surely, she's beginning to feel safe again. Bakugo whispering one last time, "You're going to be okay, Deku. We've got you." 3 days later, the soft beeping of machines fills the quiet hospital room where Izuku rests. Her condition is improving, though her body still bears the physical and emotional scars of her ordeal. Sitting beside her is her mother, Inko, holding her hand gently, tears shining in her eyes. On the other side of the bed stands All Might, looking down at his young successor with deep concern. Inko's voice softly, brushing Izuku's hair away from her face. "I'm so glad you're safe now. Izuku, I've been so worried. You've been through so much." Izuku's eyes are half open, still weak, but gradually becoming more alert. She looks at her mother with a tired but grateful expression, squeezing her hand gently. Izuku said weakly, "I'm sorry, Mom, I didn't mean to make you worry." Inko's tears welling up again. "Oh, sweetheart, you don't need to apologize. You're so brave. I'm just thankful you're back with us." All Might, standing nearby, watches the interaction, his heart heavy. He feels a deep sense of responsibility for what happened to Izuku, as her mentor and protector. His voice is soft but filled with regret. "Midoriya, I'm sorry I couldn't protect you. As your teacher, I should have," his voice catches, "I should have been there for you." All Might says. Izuku turns her head slightly to face All Might, her expression filled with empathy despite her own pain. "It's not your fault. All Might no one could have known, but I'm still here, because of you, because of everyone," Izuku says softly. All Might's eyes soften, though the guilt lingers. He steps closer, placing a reassuring hand on Izuku's shoulder. "You're incredibly strong, young midoriya. What you've been through, it's unimaginable, but you've come back. That's what matters. You've always been a symbol of hope, and you continue to inspire us all." All Might says. Izuku gives him a small, tired smile, her eyes filled with gratitude. She knows how much her mentor cares, and even in her weakened state, his presence gives her strength. "Thank you, All Might. I'll keep fighting. I won't let this stop me." At the city streets, the Class 1A and 1B on patrol with the pro heroes. Meanwhile, in the bustling streets of the city, Class 1A and 1B are on patrol training with the pro heroes. The students, still shaken by what happened to Izuku, are focused and determined to prevent anything like that from happening again. Bakugo, Todoroki, Iida, and Uraraka walk together, eyes scanning their surroundings as they follow their assigned pro hero. Keep your senses sharp. The city may look calm, but there's always something beneath the surface. Stay alert. Pro Hero Endeavor says, "TCH, I'm always alert. If those villains show their faces again, they'll regret it." Bakugo's. Gruff and focused. Todoroki was calm, but serious. "We can't underestimate them, especially after what they did to midoriya." Uraraka was determined. "Yeah, we can't let our guard down. Not after everything." Izuku wouldn't want us to take any risks. Iida, nodding firmly, agreed. "We must honor midoriya's strength by giving our best in every situation." Though they're trying to stay focused on the task at hand, there's an unspoken tension among them. They're all thinking about Izuku, how she's still recovering, how fragile she looked in a hospital. Bakugo's jaw clenches as he walks ahead, fists tight at his sides. Bakugo gritting his teeth. "When she's better, I'm going to make sure those villains pay. Every last one of them." Uraraka looks at him, her expression softening slightly. "We all feel the same, Bakugo. But right now, the best thing we can do is make sure we protect others like we couldn't protect Izuku." Todoroki glances at Bakugo, noticing the tension in his voice. "You're right, but we can't let anger cloud our judgment. Izuku's healing now because we're all supporting her. We need to focus on what's in front of us. Why are we always calling her Izuku? Name is changed to Izumi, right?" Yamamo remind. "Yeah, we know that force of habit," Uraraka chuckled. Bakugo lets out a frustrated sigh, but doesn't argue. He knows they're right, but it's hard to push down the burning need for revenge. The group continues their patrol in silence, each lost in their thoughts. At the hospital room later that day, back at the hospital, Izuku is sitting up more, her strength slowly returning. Inko is still by her side, and All Might has stepped out to give them some time alone. Izuku glances out the window, watching the afternoon light filter through the blinds. There's a quiet peace in the room, but it's fragile. Izuku softly, almost to herself, "I wonder what everyone's doing right now. They're probably all thinking of you, Izuku. Just like we are." Inko said gently. Izuku smiles faintly, her heart aching for her friends, knowing how much they've been worrying about her. She knows she still has a long road to recovery, but she's determined to walk it one step at a time. "I'll see them again soon, and when I do, I'll thank them for never giving up on me," Izuku says. Inko squeezes her hand, her eyes filled with love and pride. "You're so strong, Izuku. You always have been." Izuku closes her eyes for a moment, feeling a sense of calm wash over her. She knows the fight isn't over, but she's ready to face it. With her friends and family by her side, another day has passed. Izuku has gathered the courage to speak to the police again. She knows it's necessary, not only to help the pro heroes and her classmates, but to finally confront the nightmare she's been trapped in. Her hands tremble as she sits upright in the hospital bed, surrounded by her mother Inko, All Might, and Bakugo. Their presence gives her strength, even as the fear threatens to overwhelm her. The police officer who interviewed her earlier returns, this time with a more solemn expression. He approaches her carefully, setting his notebook on his lap. There's a heaviness in the air as they all prepare for what's to come. Officer, midoriya, thank you for agreeing to speak with us. I know this is difficult, but your testimony will be invaluable in helping us bring these villains to justice. Izuku takes a deep breath, her chest tightening with anxiety, but she nods. She's determined to push through, despite the memories that make her heart race. She's doing this for her friends, for the pro heroes, and for herself. Izuku's voice was shaky but resolute. I understand. I'll do my best. The officer gives her a gentle nod and begins the questioning. His tone is careful but direct. Officer, can you tell us what happened when you were first taken? Who was involved in capturing you? Izuku's mind immediately flashes back to that night, the overwhelming sense of helplessness as she was ambushed. She clenches her fists in the bedsheets, her breathing quickening. Bakugo, standing close by, notices and steps forward slightly, his eyes filled with concern. Deku, it's okay. Take your time, Bakugo says while crossing his arms watching Izuku and the officer. Izuku swallows hard and closes her eyes for a moment, focusing on Bakugo's voice. His presence, along with her mother and All Might, grounds her, and she forces herself to continue. Izuku's voice trembling. It was Shigaraki and some of the League. They ambushed me when I was alone. I tried to fight, but they were too strong. I was knocked out, and when I woke up, I was already in their hideout. Her voice breaks slightly, and her body shakes as the memories flood back. She remembers the coldness of a room, the restraints, and the terrifying experiments. Inko reaches for her hand, squeezing it tightly as tears well in her eyes. Bakugo's hands clench into fists, barely able to contain his anger at the villains who had hurt her. The officer nods, and gently. And what happened once you were in their hideout? Can you tell us about the experiments? Izuku's breath catches. She hesitates, tears forming in her eyes as flashes of Dr. Garaki's face, the machines, and the needles fill her mind. Her voice shakes as she speaks, each word filled with pain. They used me. They wanted to see how much my body could take with my quirk and the powers I inherited. Her voice cracks, tears starting to fall. To Dr. Garaki, he was always there watching, experimenting, pushing me past my limits. Izuku says, her hands shake violently now, and her tears fall faster. She feels as though she's back in that dark, cold lab, surrounded by the terrifying faces of the League. The memories become too much, and she begins to cry harder, her whole body trembling as her fear and trauma overwhelm her again. Izuku sobbing. I couldn't do anything. I felt so weak, so helpless. Inko pulls her daughter into a tight embrace, tears streaming down her own face as she holds her close. Bakugo takes a deep breath, his face twisted with anger and guilt, though his voice is soft and filled with pain. Deku, you're not weak. You survived. DM in it. That's what matters. You fought with everything you had, and you're still here. Bakugo says. Izuku clings to her mother, her sobs muffled in Inko's arms. All Might steps forward, his face filled with sorrow and guilt. He kneels beside the bed, his large hand resting gently on Izuku's shoulder. All Might's voice low and filled with emotion. Young midoriya, you've shown more bravery than anyone could ever ask for. What you've endured, it's unimaginable, but you've proven that your spirit is unbreakable. The officer, visibly moved by Izuku's pain, waits patiently for her to recover, but he knows he needs to ask more. His voice is soft, understanding the weight of his next question. Officer, can you tell us who else was involved? Midoriya? Anyone else remember from the League or their allies? Izuku takes several shaky breaths, her mind racing. Faces flashes through her memory: Shigaraki, Dabi, Toga, and Spinner. But one face stands out more than the others. Dr. Garaki, with his cold eyes and cruel smile, haunts her thoughts. She shudders as she speaks his name. Dr. Garaki, he was the one who led the experiments. He's dangerous. And Shigaraki, Dabi, Toga, and the others, they were all there. They watched, sometimes they helped, but Garaki, he was in control. Izuku Tolf to officer. She names each villain, the memories of their presence still fresh in her mind. The terror they inflicted upon her resurfaces with each name, but she forces herself to keep talking. She's doing this for justice for herself and for everyone who was hurt by the League. By now, Izuku is crying again, her body shaking with the weight of it all. She feels completely drained, but she's relieved to have told the truth, to have shared what she could, even if it tore her apart in the process. Officer nodding respectfully. Thank you, midoriya. You've been incredibly brave today. This information will be crucial in bringing those responsible to justice. We'll stop them, I promise. The officer stands, his expression filled with empathy, and he leaves the room quietly, knowing Izuku needs to rest. Once he's gone, the room falls into silence, except for Izuku's quiet sobs. Bakugo moves closer, his face softening as he wraps his arms around her from behind, pulling her into his chest. Bakugo's voice low, but full of warmth. You did it, Dek. You were brave. I'm proud of you. We're all proud of you. Izuku, still crying, leans into Bakugo's embrace, her body trembling. Inko wipes her tears away, sitting on the other side of the bed, gently stroking Izuku's hair. All Might watches, his heart heavy with guilt, but also with admiration for Izuku's strength. Inko whispering through her tears, You were so brave. Izuku, I'm so proud of you. All Might steps closer, his voice filled with quiet admiration. Young midoriya, what you've done today, it takes immense courage. You've faced your fears head-on, and because of that, you've helped make the world a safer place. All Might says, smiling. Izuku continues to cry, but there's a sense of relief in her tears now. She knows it's not over. Her recovery will be long, and the trauma will take time to heal, but in this moment, surrounded by the people who love her most, she feels a small glimmer of hope. Izuku sniffling, her voice barely above a whisper. Thank you, all of you. I'll try to be stronger. I'll keep fighting no matter what. Bakugo holds her tighter, his voice filled with fierce determination. You're already strong, Deku, and you're not doing this alone. We've got your back always. Bakugo says. Izuku leans into his warmth, her heart aching but also beginning to heal, one step at a time. 1 week later, the sun shines brightly over High's training grounds as classes 1A and 1B are fully immersed in their training. The students are divided into groups, working hard to improve their quirks under the guidance of pro heroes like Aizawa, Midnight, and Present Mike. The big three Mirio, Tamaki, and Nijire have also joined in to lend a hand with their vast experience. Nearby, Eri watches in awe, her eyes wide with wonder as she observes the students sparring and showing off their abilities. But despite the energy and focus in the air, there's something missing. A weight that everyone feels, especially Class 1A. It's the absence of their friend, Izuku Midoriya, who has been recovering in the hospital after her traumatic ordeal. Achiko wiping sweat from her forehead, her voice soft. It feels weird not having Deka here with us. I hope she's doing okay. Jiren nodding, his eyes focused ahead, but with a distant look. Yeah, training isn't the same without her. Kirishima with his usual energetic tone, though softer than usual. I'm sure she's recovering well. Deka's tough. She'll be back before we know it. Yes, but we mustn't forget what she's been through. It will take time for her to fully recover, both physically and mentally. Iida says. The group nods in agreement, but it's clear that they all deeply miss Izuku's presence. The training continues, but there's a subtle air of melancholy as the students give their best without their friend by their side. Suddenly, a commotion begins near the entrance of the training grounds. A figure steps onto the field, accompanied by someone familiar and beloved. Present Mike shouting in excitement from a distance. Yo, look who's here, everyone. The students pause, turning toward the source of the commotion. Their eyes widen as they recognize the green-haired girl standing proudly with All Might beside her. It's Izuku, fully recovered and looking healthier than ever, her familiar smile lighting up her face. Izuku waving shyly but confidently. Hi, everyone. I'm back. For a brief moment, there's stunned silence as everyone processes the sight of their friend standing there, looking strong and ready for action. And then, in an instant, the entire training ground erupts in cheers and excitement. Achiko, tears welling in her eyes as she runs toward Izuku. Deku, you're back. We're so happy to see you again. Mineta says, crying and about to hug her, but being pulled away by Ciro grinning wide, his voice booming with excitement. Midoriya, you look amazing. I knew you'd pull through. Todoroki smiling softly, a rare expression of warmth crossing his usually calm face. It's good to see you, Midoriya. Oh my gosh, I was so worried. I'm happy that you're okay now. Mina cried along with Hagakure and Azui. Denki ran up to her, his arms flailing in his usual dramatic manner. Midoriya, you've returned in excellent condition. We are all incredibly relieved to see you in such good health. Izuku laughs, feeling a wave of warmth and joy as her friends surround her, each one expressing their happiness and relief to see her back to her old self. Izuku was smiling through tears, overwhelmed by the love and support. I missed all of you so much. I couldn't wait to get back and train with everyone again. All Might, standing proudly beside her, crosses his arms with a proud smile on his face. He's beaming, clearly overjoyed to see his student fully recovered and ready to return to her heroic journey. Young Midoriya has made an incredible recovery, both physically and mentally. She's stronger than ever, and she's ready to continue her training with all of you. All Might says. Mirio, who had been watching with a wide grin, steps forward and claps his hands together energetically. That's the spirit. We missed you, Midoriya, but now that you're back, it's time to show us just how much stronger you've become. Mirio said, smiling, knee gyre floating toward Izuku with her usual bubbly energy. Yay, it's so good to see you. We were all so worried, but you look so much better now. Tamaki quietly approaches Midoriya, but with a soft smile. We're glad you're okay, Midoriya. Eri, who had been standing nearby, finally steps forward, her big eyes filled with happiness and relief. She had missed Izuku dearly and had been worried about her the entire time. Eri's voice is soft, but full of joy. I'm so happy you're okay. Izuku kneels down and gives Eri a gentle hug, smiling warmly at the little girl. I'm okay now, Eri. Thanks to everyone's support. Izuku smiled. As Izuku stands back up, she looks around at her friends and teachers, feeling a deep sense of gratitude. She's back where she belongs, surrounded by the people she loves. And although the road to recovery was long, she's ready to move forward, stronger than ever. Bakugo, standing a bit off to the side, watching with his usual scowl, but with softer eyes than usual. Took you long enough, Deku? Don't think you can slack off just because you were in the hospital. Izuku turns to Bakugo, her smile growing wider. She knows that, despite his tough exterior, he's genuinely relieved to see her back. She walks over to him and gives him a playful punch on the shoulder. I wouldn't dream of it, Kakin. I'm ready to give it my all again. Izuku chuckled. Bakugo smirks, though there's a hint of pride in his eyes as he crosses his arms. Good. You better keep up, Deku. Izuku smiled and gave him a kiss on the cheeks. I'll do my best for it. Bakugo smirks and give her a passionate kiss, and then gently pulled away. I miss you so much, nerd. Bakugo smirks and blushes. I miss you too. Izuku smiled, blushing, and they embraced each other. After that, the rest of Class 1A and 1B gather around Izuku, cheering and welcoming her back. The atmosphere is filled with joy and excitement as everyone resumes their training, now with a renewed sense of energy and determination. Izuku looks around at her friends, feeling overwhelmed by the love and support she's received. Izuku thought to herself, her heart full of gratitude. I'm back and I'm going to keep fighting, not just for myself, but for everyone who stood by me. The training resumes, but this time, with Izuku back in action, the students of UA feel stronger than ever. The future is bright, and together, they'll continue to grow, face challenges, and become the heroes they're destined to be. The sun casts a warm glow over the UA dorms as Class 1A relaxes together in the common room. The atmosphere is laid back, with students sprawled across couches and beanbags, eating snacks, and watching a movie on the big TV. Laughter and casual conversation fill the room as everyone enjoys their downtime. In the middle of the group, Izuku sits on one of the couches, surrounded by her friends. Despite the light-hearted atmosphere, there's one person who's noticeably on edge, Bakugo. He's sitting next to Izuku, arms crossed, with a serious expression on his face, keeping a close eye on her. Izuku reaches for a bowl of chips, smiling as she chats with Achiko and Kirishima, but Bakugo is hyper-aware of every little movement she makes, refusing to leave her side even for a second. Kirishima laughing, his voice loud and boisterous. Man, this movie is hilarious, but I still think the action scenes could use more explosions. Achiko giggling, you would say that. Todoroki observes Bakugo's protective stance. Bakugo, you've been hovering over midoriya all evening. Don't you think she could use some space? Bakugo snapping back quickly. Shut it, half and half. I'm not leaving her alone for a second. If anyone's got a problem with that, I'll blow them into pieces. The entire room falls silent for a moment as everyone exchanges glances. They've grown used to Bakugo's brash attitude, but it's clear to all of them that he's being extra protective of Izuku after everything she's been through. Izuku giggling softly, trying to ease the tension. Kakin, it's okay. I'm fine, really. You don't have to stay glued to my side like this. Bakugo scowling but not budging. TC, I'm not taking any chances. You're not going anywhere unless I say so. Izuku smiles softly, appreciating his concern even though she knows he's going overboard. She reaches out and gently places her hand on his arm, trying to reassure him. I know you're worried, but I'm okay now. You don't have to watch over me every second. Izuku says. Bakugo tenses for a moment, then lets out a frustrated sigh, still not fully convinced. He leans back slightly, but keeps a close eye on her. Yeah, well, don't push yourself. I'm not letting you get hurt again, got it? Bakugo says back. The rest of the class exchanges knowing smiles, quietly appreciating Bakugo's rare display of open affection, even if it's wrapped up in his usual tough guy attitude. Mina, teasing gently. Wow, Bakugo, you're like a bodyguard. Kaminari grinning mischievously. Yeah, dude, we get it. You're super worried about her. It's kind of cute, honestly. Bakugo glares at Kaminari, his eyes sparking with irritation. You got something to say, dunce face. Kaminari holding up his hands defensively. Whoa, chill, man. Just saying you're acting like a cute, jealous boyfriend. Bakugo growls in response, but before he can explode, Izuku places a hand on his shoulder, her touch calming him down instantly. It's okay, Kakin. They're just teasing. Izuku chuckled. Bakugo mutters under his breath, clearly still annoyed but relenting. He slouches back into the couch, arms crossed, but stays close to Izuku, refusing to leave her side. The group settles back into watching the movie, though every now and then someone sneaks a glance at Bakugo, amused by how protective he's being. Izuku, meanwhile, can't help but smile, feeling both grateful and amused by her boyfriend's over-the-top concern. As the movie goes on, Izuku gets up from the couch to grab a drink from the kitchen. Immediately, Bakugo jumps up as well, following her as if on autopilot. Izuku laughing softly as she turns to him. Kakin, I'm just going to the kitchen. You don't have to follow me everywhere. Bakugo grumbling, arms still crossed as he stands next to her. Well, what if you trip or something? You're not getting out of my sight. Izuku shakes her head, trying to suppress a laugh, but there's a warmth in her heart. She knows Bakugo is just trying to keep her safe, and even though he's being a bit extreme, she appreciates how much he cares. Okay, but at least let me go to the bathroom alone, okay? Izuku chuckled. Bakugo's face turns slightly red at that, and he looks away, embarrassed. TCH fine, but don't take too long. Bakugo says. Izuku laughs softly and heads to the kitchen while the rest of the class continues to watch the scene unfold, all quietly entertained by Bakugo's behavior. As Izuku grabs a drink, she looks back at Bakugo, her heart swelling with affection. Izuku thought to herself, he's so protective, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Bakugo, still watching her like a hawk, meets her gaze, his scowl softening just slightly as he sees the warmth in her eyes. Though he doesn't say it, He's relieved to have her back, and he's not about to let anything happen to her again. The sound effects are so cool. Mineta says, "Yep, I'm glad we chose to watch this movie today." Zero chuckled. "Guys, please be quiet." Iida says, Zero, and Mineta closed their mouths and continued watching. Later, the room is dimly lit, the quietness contrasting with the liveliness of the common area. Izuku closes the door behind her, seeking the solitude of her bedroom after spending time with her friends. She stands there for a moment, breathing in the silence, but her mind won't stop racing. As she moves toward her bed, she can feel the weight of the trauma creeping back. The memories, always just beneath the surface, start to flood in again. Flashes of the lab, the experiments, the pain, and the fear. It all feels too close, too real. Her heart begins to race, and she suddenly feels something strange in her body. Izuku whispered to herself, trembling, "No, not now, please. Not now." Her chest tightens, and she stumbles slightly, gripping the edge of her bed for support. Her breathing becomes rapid and shallow. She's hyperventilating. She feels an overwhelming sense of panic, as if her body is betraying her, reacting to the trauma without her control. Her hands shake uncontrollably, and her vision blurs as tears well up in her eyes. The sensation in her body feels wrong, as if something is off deep inside her. She feels a surge, unsure if it's the trauma or something more. Izuku, gasping for air, panicked. What's happening? Why does this keep happening? She tries to calm herself, but the harder she tries, the worse it gets. Her breathing becomes more erratic, and her heart pounds painfully in her chest. She's spiraling, unable to stop the panic from consuming her. Not pleasing, Izuku gasps. Suddenly, there's a knock at her door. Bakugo from outside, his voice tense with concern. "Oi, Deku? You in there?" Izuku can't find the strength to respond. She sinks to the floor, clutching her chest, gasping for breath. She's trembling, her body racked with fear and confusion. The door swings open, and Bakugo enters the room, his eyes widening in shock when he sees Izuku on the floor, hyperventilating. Right behind him is Todoroki, his calm demeanor cracking as worry flashes across his face. Bakugo, panicking, rushing to her side. "Deku? What the hell? What's going on?" Todoroki kneeling beside her, his voice steady but urgent. "Midoriya, breathe. Try to breathe slowly." Izuku can barely hear them through the pounding in her ears. Her body feels out of control, her chest heaving as she struggles for air. Izuku gasping, tears streaming down her face. I can't breathe." Bakugo's face twists with panic, his usual tough exterior crumbling as he watches her struggle. He reaches out, gripping her shoulders gently but firmly, trying to ground her. Bakugo's voice is softer but desperate. Hey, Deku, look at me. Breathe, okay. You're safe. You're safe here with me." "I can't, Kakin, I'm scared, I can't breathe." Izuku gasping and her eyes tears up. Todoroki stands quickly, moving toward the door. "I'll get help." He rushes out of the room to find a teacher or medical help, leaving Bakugo alone with Izuku. Bakugo watches her, his heart hammering in his chest as he sees her falling apart, and he feels helpless. He crouches down in front of her, trying to keep his voice calm, though his own fear is rising. Bakugo whispering urgently, "You're gonna be okay, Deku. I'm here. Just focus on me, okay? Look at me." Izuku's eyes flicker toward him, though her breathing is still rapid and uneven. She's trembling, her body refusing to calm down despite her efforts. Izuku choking out words between gasps. "I don't know what's wrong, I can't stop it." Bakugo grits his teeth, hating that he can't fix this for her. But he won't leave her side, not now. He kneels next to her, pulling her into his arms carefully, holding her tightly but gently, hoping to provide some sense of security. "Don't leave me, Kakin," she gasps, Bakugo's voice breaking slightly. "They're gonna be okay, I swear. Just breathe, Deku. I'm not leaving you." Izuku clings to him, tears streaming down her face as she tries to match his breathing. But the panic is still there, suffocating her. She feels the comfort of his presence, but can't shake the terror and the strange feeling in her body. Moments later, Todoroki returns with Recovery Girl and Aizawa, their expressions grave as they rush into the room. Recovery Girl immediately kneels beside Izuku, assessing her condition, while Aizawa watches closely, his eyes filled with concern. Recovery Girl softly but firmly, "It's okay, midoriya. We're going to help you. Try to slow your breathing." Aizawa places a hand on Bakugo's shoulder, nodding at him, signaling that they have things under control. Bakugo reluctantly lets go of Izuku, though he stays right next to her, his eyes never leaving her face. Aizawa calmly but firmly, "Bakugo, you did good. Let her breathe now." She's remembering it again. Bakugo says, "We know and we'll do everything for her recovery," Aizawa added. Izuku, though still shaking, starts to follow Recovery Girl's instructions. Slowly, very slowly, her breathing begins to regulate, though her body still feels heavy with fear. The trauma lingers, but surrounded by those who care for her, she starts to feel grounded again. As her breathing steadies, Izuku looks up at Bakugo, her eyes filled with gratitude and lingering fear. He stays close, watching her intently, refusing to leave her side, his own heart still racing from the panic of seeing her like this. Izuku whispering, her voice hoarse, "Kakin, I'm scared." Bakugo's voice soft, filled with uncharacteristic gentleness, "I know. But I'm here, Deku. I'm not going anywhere." The class 1A watching from the door worried for her. "Poor Izuku. I hope she get well soon," Hagakure says. "Yeah, she's been through hard. I can't watch her like this anymore." Yamamo worried. "We should help her forget those traumatic memories," Achiko says. "But how?" Denki asked. "Wait, her birthday is coming soon. Should surprise her." Jiro's idea. "Yeah, that a great Iida should ask Bakugo what she wants and what she likes." Denki says that will be a great gift. Mina chuckled. "When we'll start the plan?" Jiro asked. "Tomorrow," Kirishima says. Thank you for joining us on this journey through What If Deku Was Hit by Gender Switch Quirk. We hope you found it as captivating as we did. A big thank you to Korina Kamaleelpa 8 for creating such an engaging story. Don't forget to visit their profile on Wattpad for more fantastic works. The link is in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Zenin Fanfics for more intriguing explorations into fanfiction and fantasy. Your support helps us create more content like this, and we love hearing your thoughts and suggestions in the comments section. See you soon in the next video.